temple. I've ascended to metaphysical levels. I fell from heaven to hell, met with the devil to rebel in the revolution of which I am the vessel. Ready to introduce pedal to metal, get into the fast lane with the rest of us rebels. Unless you're a hack, get jacked in, will mentally wrestle. I'm ahead of the network's curve. Now you want a medal? I took the red pill. While everyone's settled for decadence, you can forget whoever said that you're special. Cause if you want the deadliest tech that can be assembled, get ready to spend. Don't enter black markets to heckle. Make it sick, please. I don't need instrumentals on the cyber tide with pirates aligned to my channel. I need a training montage with all that I've learned. After that, I got a city to burn. If you abhor any sort of megacorp, well, step out of fiction and into your hell. Big brother's got you in a secured cell. Economy's booming cause it's true that war sells. When loaded guns are the foremost form of doorbell. Rally round the family with a pocket of more cells. What happens when the dreamers are no longer dormant? We're the ones who always wanted more than we're born with. If it costs my humanity, I can afford it. If poverty's prevalent, you can bet I'm gonna ignore it. I sure wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. If you're stuck a silver tongue, well, I'll you to get out. But you gotta walk the talk if you wanna build your brand and then take back the wealth with a silver
when
hand.
the night falls, come shadows that resort to, we're getting down to the wire. And on my car, with resolve, all the stronger spark in the dark ignite. Then I face the city, she's attacking inside, but her masquerade is sleeping as streets paved with corruption come to light.
I feel it in the air. We're all so far protected. Words are everywhere. Just let them watch us as we
Night on fire, electric throat runs in our veins. Wake up the samurai inside us. When the gates unlock, we'll walk through the flames. Tonight on fire.
All right, here we are back again, once more in the throes of combat. Bum, bum, bum. And of course, that music you were listening to, some of that was actually one of the songs was Perturbator. Then two of those songs were actually taken from the original Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines soundtrack. in case you were wondering. And then the other one, the one that everybody likes so much, Night on Fire, was JT Music featuring Andrea Storm. So,
Nice.
good deal. I actually like that song a lot. So, welcome again. We have the usual crowd. We actually have Derek with us. He's unfortunately experiencing some camera malfunctions, but we have him for audio, so we gave him a right purdy face, a very MacGyver slash nomad type guy, and we are ready to go. But he's already got a head wound. Yeah, he's already got a head wound for this particular start of the fight, so we'll have to see how that goes. But as a quick recap, before I begin, so for the whole month of April, we are doing your subscription matters. So if you use your Twitch Prime subscription, if you just subscribe, or if you gift a subscription to somebody, either way, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is just state in the chat who you are wanting to give your retest to the player, and that retest will follow them, not through one, but each game that they play in here on Lost Tribes Gaming. So you're basically giving them a little bit of a lifeline in every game that they happen to play in. And on top of that, they will it'll be treated like an advantage from Dungeons and Dragons, so they will get, they can choose the better of the two rolls as opposed to just a reroll. So that being said, a whole lot happened last game.
Yeah, man.
A whole lot happened. As you can tell, most of our folks are actually in character. That is the visual for Locke. He does have the... who is it again from Final Fantasy?
He's
like
modeled
Sephiroth
after
kind of?
He's kind of... All my characters are usually, but this one's modeled after Raiden from Metal Gear, mostly.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, so, he had to dress in character. He's not in the cardboard box. That really wouldn't have worked out well. So...
I should get one though, man.
and just put yourself in it in front of the camera.
Yeah. You can't see me.
No, we can't. Perfect stealth device. So last game ended off. The group managed to track down Venom and Akatea. Akatea so gracefully played by our own Brittany, who's actually in our chat with us, who garnered a lot of hate.
Love you, but hate your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ditto.
No forgiveness.
So lots of fun. We had a lot of chaos. They managed to make it to the site in which this group had set themselves up. They came in ready for a fight, and a fight they got. Unfortunately, the duo got the upper hand of the group for most of it, causing Mac to go down with what appears to be a serious head wound. Hellcat lost a leg, but was so amped on whatever drug that she was on, she didn't really notice it until towards the end of the fight.
She kept on keeping on, man.
That's right.
Akatea made an aerial attempt to get on top of the racks and unfortunately botched that, and the racks came down, crashing down everywhere, pinning her to the ground temporarily, but also pinning Dane and Rusty, a.k.a. she's actually Meredith, pinning them down. And so the only one left up at this point is Locke.
Yay!
Akatea
Stock and barrel.
So Akatea managed to grab Venom and with a rocket blast was blown free of the building and outside. So we're unsure what happened to them at this point. It looks like they may have gotten away. But when they got here, they realized that there were some other mercenaries hovering around outside the building waiting for their chance to try and collect on this bounty.
Yep.
And as we insert the spaghetti western music for tonight, Locke checking his magazines. Precisely. Locke checking his magazines and trying to count real quickly what sort of ammo he has left. That's where we pick up. So Locke, you find yourself hunkered down on the east side of the building, which is where you guys near where you came in from. Not, I should say, near one of the entrances that has been blocked off. So you're hunkered down by one of the windows, and you actually can see from the east side, the helicopters and aerial units that are kind of hovering around, and you can see movement in the remains of the parking lot advancing on the building.
Gotcha. Last we left, I was trying to check on Mac. I don't remember what our rules were. Not.
Yeah, we hadn't actually got to that point. We stopped literally as you tried to frag Akatea on her way out.
Gotcha.
So you're going to take a moment to go check on Mac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Running. Obviously, being sneaky at this point is kind of irrelevant. They know you're in here someplace. Go ahead and give me a tech. And I believe first aid is on your guys' character sheets.
6 and first aid.
Yeah, there is first aid, I think.
Where is first aid under?
Should be under tech. Yep.
Hold on.
It's above your cybernetics.
I see it. Yeah. Okay. 8. $17.
17. Okay. So looking at Mac and checking his pulse. He has a pulse. It is weak. His head has a lot of blood pooled around it, and like the helmet that took a good portion of the shot is just mangled. It's actually shattered into like 3 pieces.
Is the helmet off of him, or
Yes.
do I need? Okay.
Oh yeah, there's no way the helmet could have stayed on him with, being shattered in the pieces that it had been. It doesn't look like the round went through his head. It looks like it caught him on the side and marked it like straight back. So he got a deep grazing, but with the blood loss, it's going to become a problem real fast if he doesn't get medical attention.
Okay, so he's concussed for sure.
Oh, definitely.
I can see my mom and my sister from where I'm at, right?
You can, yes. They're on the other side of they're actually on the complete opposite side of you, on the west side of the building.
Okay.
They were near where you keep the higher end tools like that bandsaw that I was mentioning, where you would cut individual pieces of wood originally, like back in the day. That most of that machinery isn't there anymore, but that's where they were being kept. So since the room is mostly open, the only thing really obstructing your view are these large wired racks that had toppled down, but those aren't solid pieces. So they're perforated, how the racks are. So you can still see them, with reasonable certainty. They're still tied up and they're trying to get out.
Okay, I am going to get over there and see what I can do about getting them.
Okay. Give me a reflex and athletics check to negotiate the chaos in the middle of the room.
I just need to find athletics.
Athletics should be under. It's not under body.
Under ref.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. I see it.
Ref.
20.
Got 20?
Yeah.
Okay. So you hit those. You hit basically this mass of metal that's in there, and you kind of do the 1 foot in front of the other kind of spring step, trying to clear it and whatnot and get to the other side. Hold on 1 second.
Time's up.
I know. I know.
Pretty big stack.
Dang.
Hey, that is what she
What?
said.
Man.
Wow.
That's what she said.
No, I believe what you're saying is I'm back.
There he is. Oh boy.
Okay, and let's see. You are trying to obey the 5 rules of dodgeball.
Dodge. Dip, dive, dodge, dip, and dodge. Something like that.
Dip, dive, duck, something, and dodge.
I know it says dodge twice.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so you are making your move, and it just as you get to the other side of this morass of metal and just crap, and you can hear some movement where like it sounds like maybe Dane didn't get knocked out or somebody over on that side, and so maybe somebody's trying to situate something. But as you clear the because I mean it kind of piled up, so as you kind of clear and are hopping down, let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
This is why I made a backup character. Just FYI. Because I'm like bleeding out on the floor.
Hey, I'm right there with you, sister.
I know.
Okay, so Locke, you heard something zipping through the air.
But he do die.
And what did you? Oh, you have legs. That's right. Okay.
And my left arm.
Yep.
I hope you have legs. I only have one now.
Oh, so wait. Okay.
You realize your favorite restaurant must be
So
IHOP.
a round strikes you right in the leg, and most of the bullet just kind of wads and peppers off. Thankfully, your armor absorbed it, but it came dangerously close to kneecapping you.
Jesus Christ.
We're all gonna die.
So, and
I'm trying my best.
you hop down, and I mean you can hear at this point people advancing on the building, like several footsteps, kind of moving at a quickened pace as they advance to the building itself. You have cleared the rubble, and you are at your family. Your mother and sister they haven't made any headway in trying to get these binds off. The tie work that they did to him was superb.
Right on.
It was still rope, but it was like several knots to another knot sort of thing. I mean, even if you could get out without cutting it, obviously, it still would take quite a bit of time.
Gotcha. Alright, I'm gonna cut their bonds so they're free.
Okay, using what?
I have a chain knife.
Chain
on me.
knife. There we go. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll. You just don't need to roll a 1 is all.
Gotcha. 9.
Okay, you're good.
Natural 9.
So
Cool.
you pulled that out. It's kind of
You would have
apropos.
rolled a 1, you would have cut them.
It's kind of apropos because that is one of the weapons that your mother started you off with when you first
100%.
got into this. So you push the button and that blade on the knife just goes right through that rope like no problem.
Right on. Alright, as soon as they're free, I'm gonna let them know, hey, I've got a bunch of my friends down over here. We need to get back over there and try to rouse as many of them as we can and get the fuck out of here. I need you guys' help.
Okay, she's like, okay, and your sister's like, is there a fucking gun I can have? We don't have shit.
I think I have. Yeah, I have that Type 14. I can pass that to her.
The pistol?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it though.
My stuff's
guess
still there.
I can give the knife to my mom.
That'll work. Bringing a chain knife to a gunfight. All right, so
Once they're armed, I'm gonna say follow me, and then get back to where the group was, so I can start trying to.
well, the group is in two different places. You've got Mac, who is actually towards the front of the building, on the ground bleeding out, and you have on the other side where Dane had shoved Hellcat out of the way, and Dane and Meredith are buried under the crap that fell down on everybody, the large shelving racks and whatnot.
Okay, I'm gonna shout for Dane and ask, "Are you up?"
Let's check.
He's not. I'm gonna be super pissed at him when he wakes up.
Okay, so we'll make this fair. Meredith, are you going to call odd or even?
Odd.
Odd. Okay. So, Meredith, you've been trying to move your way out and shuffle a little bit. Dane took the brunt of the impact, as big as he is, and he's sprawled out on the ground, like right next to you.
Okay.
From where you can see Hellcat is definitely bleeding out. She has her leg is like over here, and she's like over here, sort of thing. Like it got blown not only clean off, but she had been hopping around without it at one point.
Okay. Can I hear Locke yelling?
Mm-hmm. You can,
For
yes.
Dane?
You are conscious.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell back and say, I don't think he's awake. I am. If you can help me out, please.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Carlotta to go over to where she hears Meredith's voice. I'm gonna take my mom and me, and we're Mac.
Okay. So you're gonna take them up front?
Yep.
Okay. So you start making your way up front to try and get to Mac. Carlotta sees that you're buried under all kinds of shit. And she grabs your hands, and she's like, Carlotta's like, I'm sorry, I'm not the strongest, but can you move your legs?
Are they pinned down?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're pinned down.
Oh, okay.
But you're not pinned down at your legs. You're actually pinned down more at your chest. Or chest back. Sorry.
I can move my legs. I can try and push out if you can pull at the same time.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3, and she just like leans back into the pool trying to heave you out. So go ahead and give me a body and athletics check.
She pulls.
11.
You got 11. Okay.
Yeah.
No athletics.
No. No, I do.
He like laughs. It's just so awful.
She's on 11.
And he's like, 11? Okay.
So
See you next round.
The most milk toast of rolls.
11.
All right, so you start pulling and heaving as hard as you can. Pushing, I should say, with your legs. She's got a good hold of you and is pulling. You're scraping your back on these racks, but you're starting to make some headway. You're trying to pull you out. Since you're not, are you trying to hustle and run across the wreckage again?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to him as soon as I can.
Reflex and athletics again.
12. 21.
21. So you're not even thinking about it at this point. You're just more spring step, and you're just making your way across it as quickly as you can again. Davina gets up onto it and is starting to kind of follow, and her foot slips,
Oh, shit.
And she sinks down into this and gets pinned all the way up her leg, almost to her thigh, like kind of buckled down. And hold on one second. Okay. You are fine. You hear more rounds come in, but nothing hits you. However, you hear the soft sound of a round hitting flesh. So Davina ends up taking a round in her left shoulder. And she was originally like getting ready to shout as she slipped down and got stuck. But this one like struck her and she, buckled down and she yelps in pain. But instead of trying to stand up and getting herself like up and out, she just lays down in the mess to try and minimize her profile as best she can. And she just shouts that she's stuck.
Damn it, dude. Thanks, Jerome. This is awesome.
Do you ever wonder? Are you ever just like, what did I do to deserve this?
Oh, 100%.
Same.
I am going to wheel about on my fucking heels and try and go get my...
Okay. So you stop and you turn around. Okay. So Derek, roll a d10.
Oh gosh.
Add your body.
Don't roll a 1,
At
bro.
my body.
Add your body.
That's my body. My body is 9. Don't roll a 10 total. No, do roll a 10. Do roll a 10.
Higher.
But
Yeah, you want to roll over a 10 if you have a 9.
well, yeah. Well, I guess I'd roll it. I guess I'm inevitably going to roll at least 10. That'd be 16.
Okay. All right. So right now you're laying there with fevered dreams of being in a concert hall at a young age. You don't recognize the concert hall. You recognize the music. None of it really makes sense. Your head's still kind of buzzing, and a part of you says, I should be fighting for something, but I need the condiments. And so like you're kind of spending your time looking around, like where can you find the popcorn and snacks and whatnot.
Right.
So give me another check, Meredith. Trying to get pulled out.
Oh, Meredith
Okay.
or
Meredith.
oh, okay.
Woohoo!
15.
Okay. So at this point, Carlotta, seeing that her mom got shot, is she just like, fuck this, and like grabs, like hooks you under your armpits for more leverage, puts both of her feet down, and just pulls you out as hard as you can. You take some superficial damage to your back, scraping, but it would be like getting pulled out from a burning wreck sort of thing, like without bothering it for the window or anything, just yanking you the hell out. So
Gotcha.
you are out. You're kind of shaky from the impact or whatnot, but you are free. Dane looks to be unconscious, and as far as you can tell, because you can't see where Mac is at based on the problems, Hellcat is missing her leg and is bleeding out bad.
Okay. I'm gonna assess the situation and determine that Hellcat needs immediate assistance. So I'm
She's
gonna
gonna
go
be mad at you for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and stop the bleeding and tourniquet her leg a little bit more.
Okay. So you're going to need a decent roll for this because you're doing it in emergency situations. However, it is your tech and med tech skill.
Okay, so I start out with a 15, but do I still get to add? Do I have the same amount of luck points as I did last
You have
game?
that every game. At the start of every game, you get the luck points for fresh.
Okay, so I'm gonna add 3 points to this.
Okay.
22.
22.
Nice.
All right. So you don't play around. You've been in these types of situations before. So you just find like a scalpel, like a laser scalpel that you can let it heat up, and you just fucking sear the wound. As best as possible. You cauterize it to stop the bleeding immediately, and then start whipping out some bandages from your pack and just start wrapping it up right away. She isn't going to feel it. She's unconscious. Hopefully the drugs haven't completely worn out of her system. So, but you have managed to, she still needs obviously full medical assistance, but you have stopped the bleeding. She is not in danger of bleeding out as of this point.
Okay.
Is it my right leg or my left leg?
That's a good question. We never determined. So which would you prefer? Odd or even?
Odd.
Okay, so odd will be your left, even is your right. Your left leg took a walk.
Dang, and now like half of that whole half is just gonna be metal. Ugh. Okay.
Yes, Brittany, there is one that she's more attached to. That would be her right leg.
That's
It's
still
attached to
attached.
me.
Yeah, exactly. Wah, wah, wah. So, anyways, oof, okay. So, Locke, you start spring stepping back up to where your mom is at. Meredith,
Yes.
you are just patching up. You were just patching up Meredith, or no, sorry, Hellcat at this point, and Carlotta pulls the pistol out that apparently she was given and starts firing. She apparently saw something, and she's firing towards the door where you came in at.
Okay.
So you don't
I-
know, you're not too sure what exactly is going on. You know that she spotted something and is firing, but you're kind of hunkered down at this point with a little bit of cover, obscuring it because of all the racks that fell down. So, if you stay as close to prone as possible to the ground, they're probably not going to have an immediate shot at you unless they get
Okay.
closer.
I'm gonna because they were close enough. I want to go ahead and crouch down and get next to Dane and kind of like slap him awake if I can. I'm
Where's the
assuming
reboot button?
I assume I have some sort of smelling salts in my
Yes,
pack.
you do.
So I want to grab those out and like give him a whiff and give him a slap. Hey, get up.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll your tech and med tech again.
Okay.
And Locke, while she is doing that, give me a body and let's see what would be appropriate for something like this.
Give me your body if you want to live.
Something like that. We have climbing, don't we? I think.
Climbing, yeah, and I would have put ample points in that.
Yeah, let's go body and strength feat.
Strength feat.
Both of which are under body.
Body. Okay.
I rolled a 23.
Oh, nice.
18.
Okay, so you kind of lean down and start trying to pull apart some of the metal and pieces that have pinned your mother, her leg in there. And you start to hear the metal start to give, like there's, and feel that the metal is starting to give way underneath your strength. Meredith, you grab your smelling salts and you're just a little frazzled by everything that's going on, and you just shove them up his nostril. You're just like, he's like, snap, and put that up there, and just almost immediately you see a reaction. It's like, like, he's starting to like come to really quick because he got a really good whiff based off of that. And of course he realizes, he's pinned under rubble, in essence. and gunfire and whatnot around, and you see he places his hands down on the ground and starts pushing upward, and the rubble and whatnot that's on him is starting to lean back as he's trying to use that to scooch out towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and help him in any way I can by just like supporting the shelf or whatever he's as he pushes it up.
If you do,
This is Dane.
yes, this is Dane. If you do, it will put you. It will make you 2/3 uncovered because you're gonna have to stand to try and help.
Oh, okay, then I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. So, what are you going to do with your action at this point? Now that you've woken him, are you? Because really, at this point, the only person firing on anybody coming in the other door is Carlotta.
Okay, I'm gonna since I woke up Dane, I'm gonna make sure that Hellcat's mostly covered, and I'm gonna pop up and see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything that I can take aim at with my handgun.
Okay. I mean, at this point, even if you're not the best shot, just from like an ST standpoint, if you're firing at them, you're keeping them honest.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not hitting them, you're letting them know, well, okay, they can't just walk, in through that door. They may catch something. So because they're not going to know if you're a good shot or not. Okay. So go ahead and roll your what weapon are you using?
I have my H&K.
Nice. Okay. So I believe that's not a pistol. That was a
Was it a sub?
Was that a submachine gun?
That?
I believe so. Let me take a look.
Maybe it was.
Does it say MP9 next to it?
No. No, this one is handwritten in.
Oh. What caliber does it have, or does it say that?
I don't think I wrote that
What's the
down.
damage? What's the damage on it?
The damage is 46 plus 1.
That sounds like
That's
probably a sub.
That may be a submachine gun. Hold on one second.
Okay. Then that's what I was using before, so I'm just going to continue to use that.
That's fine. Okay. And you said it was 46 plus 1? No, that is actually a pistol.
Okay.
Dang.
It's the H&K P11.
Nice.
You've got 5 rounds per clip.
Okay.
It's a 6mm, FYI.
Dang, that's a big ass gun, dude.
A 6mm?
Yes.
Wow, that's like a pea shooter. Those are tiny bullets.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Of course, it's always about you, isn't it?
Thank you. We just had another follower, CMC Glog1.
Nice. Thank
Oh.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That almost looks like Chris McLaughlin.
Actually, given the name together or whatnot, that may be, yeah.
It is.
So
I know it is.
if you Google it, it is kind of a small little pistol. So damage-wise, not too bad. But the weapon itself, it's not 6mm. It's actually they fire a 7.62 round.
That's an AK round, man. That's pretty serious.
But for a pistol, which is why it's
Yeah.
only got the 5.
Gotcha.
And if you look at it, the way it loads like a revolver.
Nice.
So yeah, decent for damage, but yeah, you might want to replace that if you're trying to find for some standing power. But we can't worry about that right now. You have got to commit with the Shoestein. So go ahead and make a roll.
Okay. So it's
1d10 plus your reflex and pistol skill.
okay.
Or handgun in this case. So in your case, it's a 2, and reflex is 6.
6. 17.
17. Okay. So you see that Carlotta at this point, it was just firing. She was more panic gunfire because she saw movement. And you can see that there is a guy size-wise and whatnot, and almost armored up that looked like he could probably rival Dane. And as he was like starting to move directly in through that door until Carlotta just started wildly firing and peppering the entranceway with bullets. And so you pulled out your gun, and just as he's trying to duck away, you take a shot, and it rams into his arm. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Get him, girl.
Yeah.
I forgot to take out my D6s.
Take that and that. Take out all of them. All of them.
Can you dig that, sucker?
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay, so.
All right.
Oh, and we got another follower.
Of course, it's
AZ
always
Musician.
about
Thank you.
isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank
clearly
you,
by the
thank you.
name, they're in Arizona. Yay. So
I'm
anyway,
guessing they're a musician.
and they may be a musician or they're a fan of musicians. Yes, you are very astute for head wound. So maybe this is what Mac is dreaming of, like when he's in his fever dream. He's just like, we're getting all these followers. I don't get it. What does it mean? Where's the popcorn?
A double complete rainbow.
I know, yeah. So I mean, at this point, you remember your gun training, what little you've had, for your pistol, Meredith, and you fire. It was true, but you see that round strike the layered armor of this guy, and it just kind of, it doesn't. It didn't look very impressive, but you hit him. So, kind of like that mentality I was talking about. You're keeping them honest. They're not just charging in at this point. Although, given the fact that you saw that guy with so much armor, it may be just a matter of time. All right, so let's see. Hellcat,
Yeah.
give me a body check.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh.
So I'm
Okay.
I'm real glad I got that back up.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
It's okay.
I'll get to you in a second.
Yep.
Love you.
Dag nabbit.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So-
The one time I roll a 1 has to be on my life.
Yeah, I know, Brittany. Kind of shocking.
It's okay.
It must have been because Brittany played, like last
It
game.
was.
Yes.
She jinxed me.
She didn't shoot off your leg though.
No,
No, but she
Yeah,
was
she did.
there.
but yeah, she was there. She
was an
may have like
accomplice.
she may have at some point in time like treated the rounds like a cat, and just kind of rubbed up against her or something, knowing it was going to shoot Hellcat. So
What
Exactly.
wasn't it? It wasn't her that shot me in the head though, was it? She shot me once, but
no,
It was,
she was the one that shot you in the head, I believe. Venom was the one that tagged Hellcat.
Yeah, Venom got me, but she shot you.
I couldn't remember if. Oh,
No,
I couldn't
it was
remember
her.
if she's the one that got
I
me.
remember it.
There was there was 2 shots to the head.
Yeah,
I remember it exactly. I said, Carol Baskin is that bitch.
Carol fucking Baskin.
Carol
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Baskin.
I'm never
Yeah,
gonna
'cause,
recover from this.
She tagged me once, and his helmet took. Yeah, Venom did. I thought so. Venom did the big one at the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so lots of reasons to hate Venom. All right, so
Yes.
Locke, give me
You
another
don't liking him either.
give me another body check at this point, and you are immobile. So
So it's body and D10, was it? Or
yeah, body and D10
okay.
because you don't have strength feat.
17.
All right, 17. It is giving way at this point, and because you're standing there and pulling at it, the one benefit, even though you're prone and trying to do this, is they're not firing on your mother.
Gotcha.
So you take 2 rounds. one to the right leg. Oh, Jesus. Where'd that go? I think that was left leg, which would make sense. Yes, okay. So to the legs. Okay, thankfully the first round, not a damn thing. It was another one of those, your armor is strong enough that the bullet just kind of, it struck, but it perforated and kind of shattered off and didn't do anything.
Right.
The second round, however...
It's a lot of goddamn dice, man.
Scary, isn't it?
And you have... Let me get back to your sheet here real fast. Cyberlegs. Okay. So you end up taking 2 points of damage to your or to your left leg. So it penetrated, not a whole lot. Go ahead and roll a d10 for your stun save. Basically, it was so little, just don't roll a 1.
Gotcha. That's a 9.
Yeah, you're good. So you got struck, pain level to the akin of like somebody jabbing a pencil into you somewhere. It hurt, got your attention, but it's not going to, it definitely is not taking you out of this fight.
Gotcha.
But yeah, at this point, because you're standing up, I mean, you can see now that there are people advancing to the east end of the, where the normal entrance to this Lowe's should be that's been boarded up. They're coming towards the windows. And the entrance that is open that you can see, it looks like your sister Carlotta and Meredith are just kind of wildly firing on that particular door. You can see that there are some at that door, but they haven't actually made it in yet.
Okay, and then the one where people are approaching, it's still closed off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So give me, so on a free action here, give me a, for you, why don't you roll your cool and your combat sense?
Cool and
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
22.
All right.
Oh,
So good roll, good timing. So probably because you braved it all to try and get your mother out, and you have, I don't want to say like an elevated view, but you do because of all the garbage and wreckage that's in the front. If they're at the east and they're at the south, you guys are pinned. The only direction you can go to try and at least delay what's going on is the catwalks, which you've partially wrecked, and try to find an exit to the roof.
Okay. I'm going to yell that to Meredith and Dane to let everybody know that we need to head back that if we're going to try and get out of here.
Okay. And you, your mom pulls her, as you're yelling that, your mom kind of pulls herself free, and unfortunately topples backwards because of her injury. So she's rolling back down in the direction you want to go. So on the other side, of the rubble, just kind of, hits the ground. So let's see.
But out of the hole, right?
Yeah, she's out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
She's
got
on
her.
on top of the garbage.
Well, she was, but she fell.
I got you.
But she's toppling back the way she came, which is the direction you guys want to go. She's going basically from east to west.
Got you.
So she's not in the direct line of fire at this point. The only person who, I will also put it this way, everybody here has a partial cover of some kind except for you, because you're on top of the garbage right now, all the wreckage. And Mac. who is on the east side of the building, on the floor, bleeding out.
Who's closest to him right now?
No one, except you.
Wait, I am going to run over there and try and grab him and get to the nearest car that's
Okay.
over there.
All right. So go. So on your action, then, you're hauling ass. Give me a I keep wanting to say dexterity because we played so many games that got that, but a reflex and athletics check.
22.
22. So same thing. You are sprinting at this point. You are in, even though you never really took this training, you are kind of in like trauma team mode at this point. Which, if you guys know anything about the game, trauma team are, they're basically like paramedics that go into hot zones, specifically like during firefights and whatnot. And they have like 2 medics and then like several gunmen that'll hop out of the vehicle all at once, and they'll engage up to the point where they save their person and get them the hell out of there. So that's kind of the way you feel like right now, like you are, hop, skipping down and trying to get the hell out of there, but you realize you're exposed the whole time, so you're hoping for the best.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Okay, so at this point, let's go ahead and go into combat rounds. So those of you who are up, give me D10s. And we'll see where everybody else is at.
I got 6.
3.
Got some high rollers. Yeah, Derek, would you like to roll initiative for your bleeding?
Yeah. Ooh, I rolled a 10. I'm bleeding right now.
I am bleeding, therefore I am the victor. Okay, so we have.
I bled before anybody could move.
Okay, and then so nobody got a 10. 9,
I did. No,
yes,
really,
I
I did.
So 9, 8,
Didn't it?
7, 6.
Me.
Okay, so Eric is on 6. And what'd you roll, Missy?
3.
3.
3.
3. A 3.
To go with your 11.
Okay. All right, so top of the round, they see the object of the money hopping down off, and they start opening up on lock. Okay. And you're going to forego your dodging, I take it, to try and reach Derek to get him the hell, or Mac to get him the hell out?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
like, my idea was I just wanted to get to him, grab him, and then roll to cover somewhere around there.
Okay, so you are at him. You are picking him up. You catch 2 rounds. Pa, 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 pa. 1 to the... Thankfully, you're super armored, so... 1 to the left arm. They are loving your legs. The other one to your left leg. All right, so your arm. Let's see if you take any damage here. I don't think so. Let's see. 11, 15. No. So the first one to your arm, again, thankfully you came armored up. Round just kind of peppers off. I mean, you feel the impact, obviously, but it does no physical damage.
Gotcha.
Aside from destroy your super cool chrome buffing that you had on them.
You sons of b.
Samanabish.
That's right.
Or as they would say in, what is that, JoJo's whatever, son of the bitch!
Son of the beach.
So now Locke is running with a human shield draped over his shoulder.
Meat shield.
Meat shield.
A bullet soaker.
Yeah.
Your legs have 25, so this one just gave you 3 points of damage. So you are now at
Tink.
you are actually at a serious wound in your left leg. Go ahead and roll your d10 for a save throw again. Still not bad.
10.
You'll probably
You're
make
at
it.
8.
You'll
Okay, you're good.
probably make it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, somebody's smart and is trying to whittle away at the one at your one wound. So, but you're not immobile. You're hurting, but thankfully the armor is taking up the most of these rounds. So that was their round. Eric, it is your turn. You are just grabbing him and hauling ass, right?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and since you are using your strength, we're going to go body and athletics.
I am athletics. 21.
Okay. So you pick him up, and you're nowhere near as spry as you were before because you're carrying, basically dead weight. But you're just like making your way back over these, over the canyon of crap that's kind of in the front or in the middle of this building, and doing your best. Some rounds are ricocheting around you and striking parts of the building or the wreckage that's here in the front, but you're building up some head steam, and for the first time since this whole thing has happened, you feel like you're getting somewhere. Something's going your way, despite the rounds that you're taking. All right, so Missy.
Yes. I'm going to continue shooting who is ever coming in the building.
Okay. So then go ahead and just roll, because you can still see somebody with partial cover. Go ahead and roll your D10, add your reflex, and your handgun skill. Pew, pew.
I didn't shoot anything. I shot. I have a whole 10.
Oh, okay. You did roll a 1, though, right?
No, didn't roll
Okay.
1.
So, pang. So it ricochets off somewhere, but thankfully it didn't backfire on you or whatnot, like some other instance.
Too soon.
Yep. Biomedica. That was fun. Okay, so one of the guys had come around and was firing on Locke as he was trying to make his way over. He has like a pretty hefty rifle of some kind. And Carlotta ended up seeing him pop up around the corner, and instead of just pumping round after round, because she's been frightened, she waited, and he flinched when your round, kind of ricocheted, nearby. And as he turned and looked, she fired and ended up parking one right into his head.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, sis.
Well, he's got a helmet on. He's got a helmet on, so it may have absorbed it, but let's take a look. Not with that roll. Yeah, so basically, you end up hearing a round hit soft, wet tissue and just a thump like something would strike a watermelon, and that guy just kind of crumpled just immediately backwards and kind of cause a little bit of a log jam at that door because he just drops like right in front of it.
Sound of success.
Dane has kind of shoved his way out, and he sees Hellcat there, and instead of like firing, he's moving towards Hellcat to get her the hell out of here. And you see that he bites on the pin of something and rips it out with his teeth and lobs it.
That's my boy.
So it's something grenade-like goes flying into the air over towards the other door, and there's this big flash and a lot of smoke as something explodes over in that direction. He's unceremoniously kind of scooping Hellcat up at this point in one arm, and yells to to Meredith and Carlotta. He's like, "We got to get out of here! Move back! Move back!"
I was about to yell at Meredith too, man.
Yes, Locke, we know you're a badass.
I'm just saying we need to go that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Dane's orders.
Okay. So the group starts coming back. Now you have two options. You can either scale the ladder that leads up to the catwalk, or you can attempt to run up the part of the catwalk which was wrecked and came down in your guys' firefight.
I'm gonna just start. Oh wait, I'm carrying. What's his name? Can I try climbing the ladder with him?
Given your strength, you absolutely can try.
All right, man. I'm gonna do that, and hopefully I can show them by me being such a badass that they can do it also.
Okay. He's trying to lead by example. All right, so that's what you're doing. Let's see. There is a lot of stuff in the way at this point. So they're still trying to fire, but their gunfire is wild at this point. It's striking like the walls and parts of the wreckage and whatnot, as they don't have a clear line of sight on you. And that explosion kind of threw some of the others off. So, Locke, you are up. You are wanting to scale with a person up the ladder.
Yep.
All right. This is a strength feat. So your body and strength, or body and the strength feat.
Body strength.
As I know your character sheet, you may want to put some luck points into that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got body at 10, but strength feat is at nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 3.
Okay.
3 into that. 20.
20. All right.
20 even.
So you just kind of bulk it up, Popeye it, kind of going like lifting him up and starting to scale up with your other arm and pushing really hard with your legs to get up. Missy.
I am also going to try and scale the ladder.
So right behind him?
Yeah.
Okay. For you, it is just going to be it's going to be body and strength feat. Just obviously lower difficulty because you're not carrying somebody.
$16.
All right. So he's making a decent brisk. You're kind of pulling up, as best as you can. Let's see. So Eric, they're important to you. Why don't you call it odd or even?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
I'm gonna call it odd.
Okay, so rather than try and join everybody in the bottleneck of the ladder, Carlotta and your mom, Davina, make for the wrecked catwalk.
Okay.
And start trying to run up to get up there as well. Dane at either point is going to have to wait. So he lays down suppression fire. Oh, shit! Nice. Was not planning on that.
Is he gonna kill somebody?
Yeah, I'd say so.
With that roll, yes. Yeah, somebody is eating it hard. Okay, yeah. So at this point, you're mostly turned and focused on the ladder, trying to pull them up. But as you kind of turn around and you see, pretty much everywhere's bottlenecked. There's nowhere for Dane to go with Hellcat at this point. So he just puts Hellcat off to his side and just lets the clip go and just da 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 on his rifle, just laying down gunfire. And as people are starting to come up over the hill, basically of wreckage that's here in the middle of this building, some of them are smart enough when they hear the rapid gunfire just to go, nope, screw that, and to like lay back down and get out of the way. A couple people who really, really want that money probably wanted it a little bit too much, and they're literally getting shredded as they come across. It's like a buzzsaw, and they're just getting clipped and just tumbling down in a mess of body and metal.
I love all of that.
Yes.
So thankfully that that particular role has bought everybody some time. So you get a free action to move up.
Cool.
So at this point, Locke, you have managed to you are heavily breathing at this point, but you get to the top with Mac. Mac, why don't you go ahead and give me another body check?
Okay. Oh, I dropped my die. There it goes. All right. There we go. Ooh, 7. Did I add anything to it?
Just your body.
Oh, body. Oh, yeah. 16.
Okay. So you have, despite your bewilderment, managed to come back to your seat in the theater with a nice big, extra large, big gulp of soda.
I've decided I know why I was dreaming of popcorn too, is because I probably fell into like an old puddle of popcorn butter inside the Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever it was. Yeah.
And so you're sitting down, and for some reason sitting across from you is Sarah. But she's not the age that you last saw her. So for some reason you're looking at her like when you were kids, and you guys are about ready to start a like re-showing of The Blob. No idea why. And it's the really good one that has like that silly putty goopy shit like way back in the age that they tried to superimpose over the camera, like really poor graphics.
Right.
None of it makes any sense.
Green slime and just kind of rubbed it in front of the camera.
Yeah, kind of. So, yeah, I mean, this is what's going on. You're still doesn't quite make sense as to why you're in the movie theater at this point, but you are.
Like some things are not making sense, but I'm kind of just chilling in the moment.
Yeah, it's not enough to make you go, pull a what was the name of that band? My God, what have I done? And the days go by.
Yeah. Isn't that was it
Talking Heads? Yeah, Talking Heads. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, you're not quite at that point where you got a soundtrack that's questioning everything you do.
Because some of it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Missy, go ahead and give me a body check. Body and strength feat. My legs.
14.
14. All right. So you slip a little, but you still manage to scale up this side too. And despite, your feet not quite being beneath you, you pull yourself up and get up onto the catwalk. You can see that there's multiple entrances to the roof, one on each side. So you and Locke are on one side, and at this point, Carlotta and Davina are like running up the other side to get to the other one. The benefit, you're now 2 groups, so they're gonna have to choose who they're gonna shoot. The downside is when you get to the top, you're still going to be split temporarily.
Okay.
So top of the round. Oh, Hellcat, why don't you go ahead and roll a D10 again, please?
That's a 1.
What's that?
That's a 1.
Another one?
Yep.
It's almost like you're trying, man.
It like never happened. I like hardly ever roll ones. Thanks,
Uh-oh.
Brittany cursed me.
You got Brittany freaking out in the chat right now. She's like, ah, all exclamation points.
Well, hopefully she gets my typical high rolls.
Okay, so top of the round, them. They see the money trying to escape. They're going to focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Locke. Only one of them strike you.
Is it him or me?
It's him.
Okay.
And it's that same guy. At this point, he's trying to take out his legs.
Holy crap.
So this one's your right leg, however. Good. Okay, so 10. 10, 18. You got hit for a point. That armor is saving your life. So go ahead and roll a d10. Just don't roll a 1.
7.
All right, you're good. So you're getting nipped again. They're getting smart. They're trying to clip your legs to keep you from running.
Gotcha.
All right, so Eric.
Yes, sir.
Getting out and going through the door?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Go ahead and roll body and athletics at this point. Because what you're doing is you still got him in your arm, but instead of trying to climb or anything, you're just trying to kick forward to break the door down. Or if you want, we can get dramatic with this. You have a martial art, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, kickboxing.
Okay, so if you would rather teep kick this son of a bitch and it's higher for you, feel free.
It is.
Okay, so at this point, it is body and your kickboxing.
Okay. 23.
Damn!
Whoa!
You must have watched like Antonio Spider Silva or something a couple of times.
It's all about Van Damme, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, I grew up on Bloodsport. And all
Okay,
that shit,
true,
man.
true. All right.
For you.
Exactly, for you. Okay, USA.
You're next.
Yep. God, yeah, bad Bloodsport references.
The whole movie, it was bad good though. The whole
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
If on the outset sucked, but like it was sucked so bad that it was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Frank Dukes.
Yep.
Frank Dukes.
That's right.
Frank Dukes.
Yep. Who got caught in all kinds of lies. But that's for another stream. So you teep kick this door and it actually just flies off its hinges. Not like goes tumbling out, but like the top hinge kind of snaps and it breaks open and throws it like it's completely out of your way, and you just head for daylight out onto the roof.
Hell yeah.
Missy, there's nothing you're going to need to do. You can just run, but if you would like to dodge, like basically dodge through the door, you can.
Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to do is try and call Jill to bring the AV and maybe meet us up top, but I can do that after I get through the doors.
You can do it at the same time.
For
Okay.
a hot extraction.
Yeah. It's spicy.
So hot.
Super spicy.
Okay, so you go ahead and roll your reflex and dodge, since you're actively dodging, kind of leaping through the door, making it harder to shoot you.
$16.
Okay. So you just kind of leap and roll and make a call to Jill. You end up getting through to her, but at this point, obviously, Jill's panicked because you're calling her and there's gunfire and obviously there's a problem. And she's like, the AV4 is not an operational. We had it in parts to try and fix it.
Oh, shit. Do you know anyone that can we borrow somebody's AV?
Can I
I'll
hear her?
I'll make some calls. Just just stay alive. Hang tight. I'll try and do something.
Okay.
Let's see, and it is now Dane. Dane is going to grab Hellcat and try and get the fuck up this. Yeah, he's hauling ass for the catwalk. He's catching some rounds.
Do his little turn on the catwalk.
But would that mean he has to like walk on Hellcat to do it?
Oh.
He's gonna shake his little tush on the catwalk.
So he's hauling ass up there, and he's getting up to side. They're riddling the wall and catwalk where he's at. He's catching some rounds, but kind of in a similar fashion as Locke. They don't seem to be doing much, thankfully. And then he and the Carlotta and Davina are exiting the catwalk, getting up to the roof. You have a second to breathe. As you can hear people trying to advance below. You can, however, see that there's a helicopter hovering around that has spotted that you've gone to the roof. And there are 2 Aerodynes, which are, hover vehicles, that are still kind of hovering near the area as well. And they start to turn.
Towards us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is there any cover on the roof?
There are old air conditioning units.
Good old HVAC guys.
Yep. Brittany's idea is to commandeer one of the AV4s.
We gotta get him to land first.
All right. Show some leg. Sorry.
Too soon.
Sorry, it's still on the floor inside.
I forgot it in another place.
I already showed it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
So I'm gonna take Mac and I'm gonna run to the nearest HVAC unit and try and get some cover.
Okay. So everybody has kind of hunkered down at this point to get out of direct eyesight anyways. There's obviously the air conditioning units, or there are the big air ducts that kind of come off of it, and that they pump the air into the building from. So there's a little bit of room up there, but they're coming in at this point. Only 2. One of the helicopters is coming in, but it's more of like taking a sweep and kind of going around as opposed to directly engaging. The Aerodyne itself is actually flying straight in, and looks like it's probably going to buzz the building. Oh God. So AZ Musician says, Locke, I'm going to get behind one of these units and chill. With that hair, probably. It's like frost.
What, is that,
So
is that Carl?
Yeah, that's Carl.
Oh man, that's my boy.
All right, so it is their round. Thankfully, you only have the AV4 coming in, so that chin cannon opens up. And you hear the brrr, just like you would hear from an A10, and it's sweeping across the building. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Ooh, all right. Okay. You have cover. Okay. Whew. All right. Bad rolls. So you had enough cover under the unit that you were ducking down by, Missy, that the rounds cut straight through the duct, I don't know, the aluminum and shit that the vent that connects to the building itself. So basically, it perforates it enough that it just saws that right in half. Several rounds strike the air conditioner unit that you're in, and basically punch holes into the ceiling as well. And it's not mince our words here, but it actually flew right past you. This is about the closest you've ever come to immediate death. That you just see go, and then where Locke is at, with Mac kind of laying down, like they ended up laying, the gunfire kind of trailed across the building from you over towards Locke, but it was a little wide, so the rounds almost saw Mac directly in half. Like they just go, and you see you actually see sparks and everything coming off that unit. Like Locke, the unit you're at, that you have, Mac and yourself kind of hunkered down at, like part of it just kind of goes and just like falls off as it just gets shredded as it goes by.
I am going to need to fucking drink after this, man. my asshole is just puckered up. Like,
I know. When we take a break at 8, I'm gonna go open a bottle of champagne.
So
Wait, hold on.
yeah.
So we're gonna take a break at 8.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
do bedtime stuff with the kid.
No problem.
Last game we had to drink afterwards too, though.
I think it should just
100%.
be a ritual, man.
I got a chilada waiting, man.
I don't have anything.
Well, I've got some Angry Orchards. I'll probably pull out, so we can slancha that shit up. All right.
Thanks, Jerome.
Oh,
Thanks
come
for
on.
turning us into alcoholics.
Oh, come on. You enjoy it. All right. So it is your round now, Eric.
Yeah. Well,
How desperate are you at this point?
Desperate to live or desperate to
With just
save?
how desperate is Locke at this point?
I don't know if I'm trying my hardest at everything, so I would say probably super desperate right now.
Okay. So you are willing to do just about anything resembling 80s action hero that you might be able to sum up to get yourselves out of this, right? That would be
Look
an
at this.
appropriate.
Look at this hair, man.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another cool and combat sense check.
Cool and combat sense. Sense was. I know my combat sense was high, but I'm trying to. Oh, 7. So. 8. 21.
21. Okay. So here's the situation. Backup is not going to be, backup is not coming. Or if it is, it's probably going to be way too late. You are pinned to the roof by 3 aerial vehicles. Helicopter hasn't engaged yet, but it looks like it probably will. It's trying to be a little bit more surgical about it. So that's going to probably put the nail in your coffins if it starts opening up. And you've got people below you, so you don't really have room to run. Building's high enough that if you tried to leap off of it, especially with the other people, you're probably going to lose folks. So your combat sense at this point, as crazy as it is, your only shot of trying to get out of this is getting on top of one of the air conditioning units when that guy tries to buzz by again and jumping on it. And
That sounds like a lot thing to do, man.
And basically stripping the pilots out or at least a pilot out, so you can land this thing and have everybody else get on, hopefully quick enough to get the hell out of here.
I'm all about that, man.
Okay. So you'll be able to do that at your next combat round. So here they come.
God damn it.
At this point, Dane focuses his arm over towards actually over towards the helicopter that's coming in, and he releases 2 micro missiles. Well, first one wasn't good, but the second one definitely was. Bam!
Yeah, baby's a tank.
So helicopter hasn't gone down, but it is heavily smoking at this point because it caught a rocket. So it continues. Basically, it bought you some time. It continues to kind of pull back and around, to avoid the anti-aircraft fire at this point. But if it gets a bead, it's really going to screw stuff up. I mean, it's not the type of helicopter you're looking at that's flying around. It is not, and anybody would know this. Like if you look up, at the sky, anytime ghetto birds are flying around, all you really see is a spotlight and just the running lights or whatnot. This is an actual gunship. Like the wings off to the side have got rocket pods and additional machine guns and shit. It's ready to rock. Whoever brought this in came in heavy. Probably anticipating not only taking on Locke, but taking on the others that are here as well. So it's still kind of winging it off the side. Dane has bought you some time. The Aerodyne makes another flyby, and then let's see. Ooh. Wow. Okay. At this point, he's coming across the exact same vector he came at, but just on the opposite side. This is going to get complicated because it actually went first. Okay, so Locke, if you dodge, it's going to put you in a situation where you're going to be out of position to try and jump onto this vehicle.
Gotcha. I'm gonna fucking put it all online, man.
Okay. So then what I want you to do, because this chin gun hit you, go ahead and roll your reflex and athletics. My suggestion, burn luck points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna add the last 3 luck points I have.
Last 3, okay.
That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Can I donate?
No, unfortunately you cannot. However, he is saving you from taking those rounds.
Right.
24.
24 total?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what you guys end up seeing. First of all, give me 1 second here.
If I were a conscious, this is what I would see.
Yes, if you were conscious. Okay, so.
It's like one of those memes, and all I see is all these numbers go past his head, like he's trying to compute how to fuck me up, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we continue, your roll still stands. Give me another body check, because you just took another 4 over your armor to your chest.
I got an 8.
Okay, so you are not stunned. You are in critical condition, however, at this point. Thankfully, you're not mortally wounded. So you're still up and about, but you are in critical condition. So if you're looking at your character sheet, every box from light, serious, and critical should be marked off.
Jeez. All right, man.
As you can tell, beyond that, mortal wounding.
Gotcha.
So at this point, you see him get up, and you see the grim determination in his face. You know that when he climbed up on top of that air conditioner unit, it just wasn't a good position. He was going to get shot, and you just knew it in his face. You heard the ripping sound of that chain gun, and he waited to jump as the rounds collided with his body, and you just see them peppering him, like shredding clothing off and parts of his metal coming off, just peppering, and then just as it starts to dip by, the fucker jumps up through the air and grabs a hold of the side. And it give me a body check real quick, because you don't have strength feet. I know that.
7.
Okay. So basically, it would be like you watching a car driving by at high speeds, and you reach out to hold on. And so he reaches out as he jumps, and his body slaps up against the side of the vehicle. The rounds from the gun, you have a chance to dodge if you would like, Missy.
Yes, please.
Okay. I didn't think you were going to do anything else at that point. So yeah, if you want to, if you just want to,
I can do at this
yeah,
point.
if you want to just commit to a dodge, go ahead and roll.
Reflex and dodge, right?
Reflex and dodge.
Or reflex and dip. You can do dip.
16.
16. That is no bueno. Wow. I mean, it's not bad, but okay. So you don't really so much dodge as you just kind of roll at this point. The rounds completely obliterate what was left of your cover. And at this point, you can actually peek down in through the roof to the floor beneath you. Like there's a couple of holes, like maybe like that, or like about like that, that have kind of broken through at this point. And off the vehicle goes with Locke. Locke is just holding on to the side at this point, and for dear life, as they start trying to do a spin maneuver, and he just kind of clamped in. You actually see a little bit of the metal buckled from his arms just clamping in so hard, for dear life. So, Locke, you have successfully distracted them. They're not concerned with shooting at everybody. They're concerned with trying to get you off the damn vehicle.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and give me a. We need body.
It's too much, man.
You can do one of two things. You can attempt to open said door, right? Like you would normally. Or you could try and teep kick it in and hopefully cause the thing to buckle and maybe peel off. One is going to use body and strength feat. The other is going to use body and martial arts.
Body. I'm going to do the kick, man, because I've got more there. Come on, baby. 23.
23. Okay. So at this point, you're all, go ahead and roll damage.
What's the damage for a kick?
Hold on one second, actually. Let me get that pulled up. I think
it's a cyber leg kick. I don't know if that counts.
It's a martial arts kick is what's important.
Oh, gotcha.
They actually have a little bit different damage as opposed to just your standard brawl. In your favor, obviously.
Gotcha.
Get that pulled up real quick. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever kicked for damage, man. I've just earned a trophy.
The badge flies up. Kicked a vehicle. Next thing you know, you're going to have like a proclivity for like trying to attack moving vehicles, like Ryu from the Street Fighter anime. He does it like twice. Like vehicles are actively driving, and he decides to spin kick the fuckers. Okay, this is Cyber Limbs. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Give me martial art. All right. There's a chart in here someplace, or at least it used to be, of what did what. Dang it. Why don't you go ahead and roll a... I don't want to hold up the whole game for this. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. So page 100. Here. I knew there was some... The book is cool. Obviously, it has a lot of good information in it. But when this book came out, like people... RPG-wise, still didn't really know how to format a book well. And so a lot of people since then have come back and said, yeah, I love the Cyberpunk 2020 book, but damn, the layout sucks. So, because like things aren't laid out really like you would expect it to be.
Got you.
Cyber kick. Okay. Oh. Ow. Yeah. Shit. That's going to hurt. 4d6.
Ooh, dang, man.
Yeah.
That's
your
more than
your kick
motherfucking
is,
head.
yeah, your kick is as much as a handgun.
Ooh.
Well, because it's a cyber leg, obviously.
Yeah.
18. You said 4d6, right?
Yes.
Yep. 18.
Okay. Add 2 to that.
20.
20. Damn. Okay. So you're not so much of a teep kick as kind of a roundhouse. Just like, you hit it so hard, the door itself buckles, and there's damage to the handle, and like the door locking mechanism and everything just kind of it breaks, and so the door is just kind of helplessly flinging, on the side of the vehicle, giving you the access to actually get in. Which, I mean, at this point, the pilot is just like, oh shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Rude ties, motherfucker.
I love that meme.
Jerome,
Yes.
I gotta take care of some issues with Allie, so I'll be right back.
Okay. No problem. Ooh, shit. Okay, give me a reflex and athletics check. He's trying to do a barrel roll to get you off.
Gotcha. Athletics 4, 18.
18. Okay. So he does a barrel roll and like skillfully does it, just and you immediately lose your grip. So you fall for like half a second as your upper body and your arms kind of like slap into this helpless door kind of flapping here. So you're holding on to the door at this point, like it caught you in kind of a hooking motion as he spins around. So you're just like, spin up and around. But the thing is, as he comes back around, he got you loose on the one end, but as he flipped around, the door comes shut. So it actually gives you the capability of reaching him from where you're at.
Awesome. It's the momentum.
At this point, Missy Dane is still trying to fire on the helicopter to keep it honest. The other Aerodyne is staying away, but because he's engaged with the helicopter, you, Davina, and Carlotta are like watching the doors, up to the roof at this point, and Davina runs over with like some scrap or something, and is trying to bar one of the doors to keep people from getting up and through, trying to buy everybody more time.
I'm gonna try and help her with that to secure the door.
Okay. So just you guys pin whatever you can against the door, like wreckage and whatnot, and loop some of the exposed wires and piping and whatnot around the handle to try and keep it from being able to be pulled directly, because it opens up to where you guys are at. So they're trying to do what they can to buy time. Locke, it is all up to you.
All right, I'm gonna try.
At this point, your upper body is basically in the door frame, so you have your upper body to try and reach out and try to do something to this guy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna try and grab him, by as much mass as I can, and pull him the fuck out of there.
Okay, so you're gonna try to pull from your bent position that you're at. You're gonna try and just pull him the hell out.
Yep.
Okay. Body check versus his body.
Body check. Just a D10 or body and.
Yeah, body and your D10, because you don't have strength feat, which would help.
I got 16.
Okay. So you grab a hold of him, and he's like putting his foot down and trying his damnedest to knock it out. You don't have great leverage from where you're at to do so, but you have upper body strength because of your arms. And so you're doing your damnedest to try and tug him out. He's still in. You also see he has a seatbelt on.
Oh, shit.
So his co-pilot across from him pulls out a pistol and fires. Okay, so that will hit somewhere on the upper body. Okay, so it struck your torso. Oops. Okay. What armor did you have on your body?
I had the armored jacket.
Armor jacket. Okay. And the armor jacket provided what for SP?
I think we said, because I at first I was saying it was 25, but it wasn't. And
Yeah, it's 20, right? Yeah.
I think you said it was 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but thankfully the round struck you again. It got absorbed. Aw, Brittany's like, my blood pressure can't handle this episode. So the round ended up striking you. It pushed you back a little bit, but it just embedded into like the Kevlar plating and whatnot that's in your armor.
Gotcha.
It actually didn't knock you out. So I'll deal with Hellcat in a second. So Locke, you're still in the vehicle, and you're still struggling with this guy to get him out.
Is there room in there to where I can pull myself in and get a better, like
You'd have to basically pull yourself into his lap.
And I want a pony for Christmas, and a toy truck, and
I mean, you can try and Jason Statham it if you want, and swing your whole body in like a drop kick motion.
ooh.
Yeah, it's either that or try and undo his seatbelt and then throw him out that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna do the moon kick, man.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your reflex and your martial art.
Reflex.
Not like they can really dodge.
23 altogether.
Okay, so you at this point you give up a little bit of leeway, so you can kind of throw yourself in. So you pull yourself out, and you're hanging from the door like this, and then do that thrust motion and just kick straight in, and you fly right into the cabin, striking the dude right in the pilot right in the jaw. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Is that
4d6 plus 2.
46 plus 2?
Because it's a kick.
6,
And I kick him, sir.
8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19 altogether.
Oh God! Ouch! Right to the
Those
dude's jaw. So
two
you,
sixes.
so you snap kick this guy and basically wind up like right in the middle of the pilot compartment. You hear like a crack, and he just kind of is just like hanging there, like he knocked him straight the fuck out.
Good. The sound of success.
And
One more to go.
immediately, the aerodyne starts tilting down.
Gotcha.
So while you're
don't-
doing that, at this point you hear some pounding at the doors that you guys have secured and whatnot, and then you end up hearing some gunshots as they riddle the door up and start to destroy the door to get out to where you are at.
Okay. I'm just going to hold my action. I don't think if I return fire, it's going to do very much. The
Okay.
door is probably just going to catch it.
Yeah, not smart or not a bad idea. Okay, so all right. So top of the round at this point, more gunfire ends up shattering the door at this point, giving them access to the roof. Eric, it is your action at this point as things are getting super tense.
Okay, so we're going down, right?
Yes.
To the top of towards the top. Okay. What I want to do is try, because I don't have piloting skill, and I was trying to get this thing onto the ground anyway. So I'm hoping that I can wait until we're close and then pull up enough to where the unit like lands on its stomach or whatnot without us crashing through the roof.
Okay. So you're trying to take control of the flight stick then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that, and you're trying to even it out. Go ahead and roll. You don't have a pilot skill, so go ahead and just roll straight reflex and a d10. 16. So you grab a hold of that stick, and you just instinctively pull backwards and whatnot, and it's starting to even out. However, you forgot that the co-pilot had his pistol already drawn.
I didn't forget. I'm just I'm mitigating, man.
Yeah, damage mitigation. You're hoping it doesn't get through. So he's got a point blank attack on you and just fires. Actually, doesn't really need to roll unless he rolls a 1. So that is a hit. There it goes. Ooh, your left leg.
God damn.
Is that the same leg?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like what? Like you got the leg magnet and I had the head magnet.
So you took 1 more point of damage. It actually caught through. Roll your d10 again at this point because now you are feeling woozy.
There's an 8.
8. Okay. So you're hanging in there. The adrenaline's pumping.
Does that put me into mortal?
It does.
Okay.
Damn it, man.
All right. And Dane lobs another grenade at the door, and flash, comes out. Wasn't really targeting anybody. He was just targeting the door. So trying to keep them honest and getting them out of there. And so, since we're at about 7:52, did you guys want to go ahead and take the break now?
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so we will go ahead and take a mini break. We'll be right back. Enjoy the music. And yeah, we'll be right back. Hopefully they live.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Come on, action hero.
ascended to metaphysical levels. I fell from heaven to hell, met with the devil to rebel in the revolution of which I am the vessel. Ready to introduce pedal to metal, get into the fast lane with the rest of us rebels. Unless you're a hack, get jacked in, will mentally wrestle. I'm ahead of the network's curve, now you want a medal? I took the red pill. While everyone's settled for decadence, you can forget whoever said that you're special. Cause if you want the deadliest tag that can be assembled, get ready to spend. Don't enter black markets ahead, go make it sink, please. I don't need instrumentals on the cyber tide with pirates aligned to my channel. I need a training montage with all that I've learned. After that, I got a city to burn.
Night on fire, electric blood runs in your veins. Wake up the samurai inside you. When the days unlock you, back through the
I know my 1984 well, and George Orwell sure knew how to foretell. If you abhor any sort of megacorp, well, step out of fiction and into your hell. Big Brother's got you in a secured cell. Economy's booming cause it's true that war sells. When loaded guns are the foremost form of doorbell. Rally round the family with a pocket of more cells. What happens when the dreamers are no longer dormant? We're the ones who always wanted more than we're born with. If it costs my humanity, I can afford it. If poverty's prevalent, you can bet I'm gonna ignore it. I sure wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. If you're stuck in silver tongue, well, I'll you to get out. But you gotta walk the talk if you wanna build your brand and then take back the wealth with a silver
When
hand.
the night falls, come shadows that torture.
are back. Bum bum bum. All right, for more action for the second hour of action pack. Actually, yeah, it would be the second hour at this point. Top of the hour, action pack, death defying, lock action, 80s star. I'm trying to be Cyberpunk's transporter at this point. So,
Because I'm a badass.
damn it, Dale. So, as a brief recap, as we come back from the break, Locke has death-defyingly attempted to take the action back to one of the AV4s that has been buzzing the location that they're at. He has knocked out the pilot, and it is starting to fall, and he's in a battle at this point with the co-pilot in close quarters. Meanwhile, back on the roof of the abandoned Lowe's building, they are fighting to try and keep the other mercenaries from storming up to the rooftop and taking the fight to them. Desperately hoping Locke can come up with something, in the next few minutes to get everybody the hell out of Dodge. Hellcat is seriously wounded, as is Mac, leaving Davina, Carlotta, Meredith, and Dane to try and do something to keep them from gaining access. Top of the round, Locke.
Okay. I'm going
You just got
to...
shot.
Yeah, I've had enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get the gun from him. And just put it up to his chin and blow his head off.
Okay. So you're attempting to take his pistol. It will be a reflex of martial arts. As it is a grapple, you don't have any particular bonus for this.
Okay.
Head go
22.
bye-bye. Head go bye-bye.
Okay, so you do one of those quick self-defense, technique sort of things like they teach in a lot of classes when you're dealing with an attacker with a weapon. So you do one of those, pull back real fast, and then you've got the pistol, in your hand at that point.
All right. I'm gonna put it as close as I can to his face and just shoot it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your reflex and handgun.
Reflex.
Jerome, I'll be right back.
Okay.
19.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I'm not even gonna have you roll. It's just
Point blank. Yeah.
Yes. It's good to have something work out for me.
Yay.
so you switch it up, and he tries to grab a hold of your hand again to deflect it or something, but to no avail. I mean, you're just much stronger than the guy, and screw this as close as possible. You just jam the gun into his cheek and pull, and just go boom.
Hell yeah.
And at that point, the co-pilot is spackle against the other side of the cabin.
That's what I want. Okay, so
Nice shade of crimson.
once that's done, I want to try and gain control of the stick.
At this point, and that was your action.
Mm-hmm.
The AV4 crashes into the ground. Thankfully, it wasn't like a nosedive. It was more like a couple scrapes, like it scrapes across the ground because it was still descending, but you had started to pull up.
Cool. That's what I was hoping.
So it's not inoperable or something. There's damage to the bottom, obviously, and scraping, but it's more like, I don't know, more like a sled that shouldn't have been a sled skipping across the ground.
Gotcha. All right. Once it comes to a stop, I'm gonna throw this other body out and yell at them to get the fuck in here.
You are too far away from them.
Oh, okay.
You are going to have to attempt to bring this AV4 up to the roof.
Oh, okay. I thought it landed on the roof. So
No,
I'm on
no,
the
no,
ground.
no. Yeah, you actually
Okay.
you flew away and hit the ground.
All right. Okay. Let's do that then.
All right, so Missy, the other door comes down,
Mhm.
and you were holding your action.
I am going to fire at anything coming out of that door.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your reflex and handgun.
18.
18. All right, so boom. So you fire off again, striking somebody. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nine.
9. Okay. So you and Carlotta end up pumping rounds into somebody who's coming up. It wasn't enough damage based upon the armor that they have. It looks like they did a bit of a stutter step as both rounds collided into their body. But it's that big guy with the all the armor.
Oh, yuck.
He said, "Oh, yuck."
And Dane at this point fires his rifle on him. No such luck. He ends up as he took the couple rounds, he like ducks back a second, and as Dane is firing, he's riddling up the remains of the door that was there, which just shatters it at this point into nothing. So top of the round.
All right, man. Let's try and fly this thing back up there, man.
All right, Locke. So it's your reflex and your non-existent pilot skill.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Me too.
Luck points.
He has none.
None?
I got 17.
17. All right. So
Ooh.
you're like, okay. You're kind of walking it through your head. You're like, okay, how did Jill do this? How did Jill do this? And you grab the stick and you start, trying to, use the pedals and the stick and you're getting, lift off and awkwardly kind of leaning towards the building sort of thing as it's floating over there. You can see the gunfire going back and forth. Like the guys from below have gotten access to the doors at this point, and they're starting to get up close and personal. The one thing you do have in your favor is you do have heavy weapons,
Got you.
or at least last I checked anyways, because you were firing the gun before. You know how to fire. Well, you sort of know how to fire the chin gun.
Yeah. Trying to see that. Yeah, I have 4 for heavy weapons.
Okay, so go ahead and I shouldn't say go ahead. At this point, you're gonna have to try and lay some sort of cover fire if possible.
Gotcha.
But you also have that other helicopter swinging around as well.
All right, I'm gonna try and take care of them on the roof first before hitting up the other helicopter.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your reflex and heavy weapons.
18.
Okay, so you're not striking anybody in particular, but you are shredding the hell out of that roof. Go ahead and roll 66.
Ooh, shit. Hey! Holy shit. Hold on a second. My dog just grabbed my dice. That sucked, man. Hold on. I got to start over now. 20 altogether.
20, okay. So the doorway,
Bad dog. He
That-
took it all the way out to the living room, man.
that entrance and that doorway, you just start peppering the hell out of it with these rounds, and it's just sawing straight through it at like a buzzsaw. So anybody who is in that hallway is definitely not advancing at this point.
Good.
So everybody at this point, you start to see one of the AV4s drifting towards everybody. And Dane, at this point, when he sees the thing firing, he's just like, "Everybody, get on the AV4! Hurry, quick, get on!"
I'm gonna hurry my ass up and get on the AV.
All right. So
I'm gonna do what Dane says to do.
I'm just gonna do whatever Dane says.
go ahead and roll a D4 or a D10 and your reflex and athletics. Unfortunately, Locke is not a skilled pilot, so it is not stopping. So you're having to jump on board with it moving.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Wait, how many luck points do I have left? I have 4 left. Yeah, I'm gonna put all 4 in that.
Okay.
I'm starting with this well because I don't have a good feeling about this. Oh shit, I got a 10. Okay, 22. So
All right. So you hop up there real quick and you start helping. You end up helping Davina and Carlotta get up there as well. This leaves Hellcat and Mac on the ground or on the rooftop. So Dane takes a moment to fire again at the helicopter to see if he can keep them off everybody. His rockets missed this time as they were in position to fire, but they stopped that to swing hard as an evasive maneuver to get the hell out of the way. So at least they can't fire at this point, but he wasn't able to strike him. And at that point, he starts moving to get Hellcat and Mac off of the rooftop. Locke, roll for reflex and piloting.
So that's just 9. 17.
17. All right. So you start to steady it at this point as Dane ends up, and he can't be gentle about it. He has to grab Hellcat and kind of toss her up there to the group that's in the back. And at that point, some gunfire riddles out to try and strike him. And so he gets peppered with several rounds. Okay, that's not bad. So that one didn't penetrate, but he's still getting struck. Same thing there. Came close. So he's at this point just trying to ignore the gunfire and and at that point chucks Mac up into the back. Man, let's see.
Mac in the back.
So that's luck. Wow.
Mac, did you read what AZ Musician wrote?
Yeah, I was loving it. Return of the Mac.
It's like you could sing it you could hear it in your head while
I know, like all of a sudden there's some weird theme music playing at the Blob movie. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Return of the Mac.
So, Locke, at this point, you've gotten it steady long enough so that everybody has managed to get on board. It's going to be up to you to try and get the hell out of here.
Let's do it, man. We get as far away from here as possible.
Okay, go ahead and
I-
roll your reflex on piloting.
I have a quick question. So I have fixed
It-
wing pilot. Would I be able to assist him with piloting this at all
No.
in the co-pilot seat? Okay.
I mean, you can still jump in the co-pilot seat if you want. That's nothing stopping you from doing that. But fixed wing is like your typical airplanes and whatnot.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just want to be sure in case I could help him.
I got 18.
18. All right. So you grab a hold of the stick and you're like, okay, it kind of goes like this. And you like kind of roll it off the roof and strike a couple old trees that are in the area. Just kind of scraping by as the helicopter at this point finally fires some rounds at you guys, getting the chance. Ooh. So it returns fire, and you can hear it peppering up the AV as you guys are pulling out. Instruments are starting to, go off in alarms, letting you know that the vehicle has taken some structural damage.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm gonna keep pressing on, man. If I
Okay.
can.
So go ahead and roll one more time to accelerate and get the hell out of Dodge. Yes, Missy?
I was just gonna say I do want to jump in the co-pilot seat and give Jill a call and see if I can get some pointers that I can yell at him.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
17. Okay, so you're sort of getting the hang of this. Sort of.
How not to crash.
But you've got that hesitancy like a first-time driver would. Just, you don't understand the space and edgy, but you're nervous and you just throw it into gear and you're accelerating as fast as you can go. And it's the outside of everything else that's happened, it's super nerve-wracking. So Meredith, you give Jill a call and she's like, I haven't been able to find anybody yet. Are you guys okay?
Locke acquired an AV4. We're on our way. He doesn't know how to drive it. I need your help.
Okay.
Just tell us not how to crash and how to get there as soon as possible.
Okay. I've never done this before. All right, I'll try. And she's like, yeah, I was going to say, just put me on speakerphone. So she tries to give you some pointers on how to fly, and because she can hear the instruments, going off, and she's like, "What the hell is that?"
It's bad news, man. It's bad news.
So then, while you're on call, you end up, hearing the clacking of rounds striking the vehicle again, and she's like, "Is that gunfire?"
Yes,
It's real spicy here, man. We need to get out.
She's like, "You got to tell me what's screaming on what panel is lighting up, what alarm is going off."
That's all you, Meredith. I'm sure.
I'm just relaying all of the information of what's going off and what's lit up and what's where for her.
Okay, so she's like, you've taken some damage to the rear right engine, which is going to create all kinds of problems for you getting the hell out of there fast. So, and she explains, differentiate between the rear left and the front right engine by X amount. And that's going to be up to Meredith to make that roll.
Okay. So
this is technical.
Okay.
So you can use your tech skill as well as piloting if you had it.
Well, I have piloting, but it's the fixed wing. So
Right.
would that
No.
Okay. So tech.
He said, no.
No. 17.
Okay. So you kind of do what she tells you, and vehicles feels like it's starting to even out a little bit more in kind of an awkward manner. Locke, go ahead and give a roll again at this point to try and avoid being shot.
Got you. Ooh, that's a 9. So 18.
18. So you're flying at this point, and hauling ass back towards downtown with everybody in tow in the back at this point.
Oh my god.
I love how he's pausing right there with his beer, just getting ready.
Yeah, dude. This
So-
has been too much.
Am I like talking to my forefathers now or something? Like seeing the great wolf spirit or something?
No, you're kind of curious why you're on this deserted island at this point. It's got a lot of jungle and foliage and whatnot, and there's this guy Justin who's standing there and he's telling you about the FBI that's trained him.
Wow.
Does he?
He does have one eye patch.
It's a beard that's shaped like a butt.
Yes, he does.
Oh, I'm having player character crossover in my hallucinations.
He's also in like the pantaloons and sort of piratey outfit.
Right.
So
That's always a hit.
yeah.
You know, the sad part about this is, for everybody else who doesn't know, this is a real person.
No.
Yes, it is.
I think we've heard the story a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. So that's what's going on with you right now. At this point, so
Nomads are weird.
yeah. So at this point, Locke, you end up hearing another monitor on the vessel start, screaming. You know what that is from the last time you were in a vehicle and in combat. You knew that was a missile lock, and so you threw the stick to one side. You end up positively killing some already dead trees, just like, just like, and you could hear the scraping and the branches like flying off or getting toasted from the jet engines and whatnot. And the missile go flying across the side Missy's sitting, like it just, you can see the contrail, kind of whizzing off. Thankfully, however, you've kind of gone in a straight direction-ish, and you've managed to make it towards downtown, and that helicopter has veered off at this point.
Good. Fuck him.
However, the two police aerodynes have swung up beside you, and are and you hear on their loudspeaker that you need to land immediately.
All right, I'm gonna obey the law and try to land. Hopefully, I don't crash us, but
Go ahead and roll.
$16.
This is
You got
gonna be
what?
a hard landing.
16.
Okay. So you come in, and it's not as hard as you might think it is, but it clearly wasn't gentle. So you just bring it down like in the street where you're at, just
That's gonna be a ticket.
and they and one of the vehicles comes down, the other one stays, kind of high up and just observing, making sure that nothing crazy happens and whatnot.
Gotcha.
With that, you end up seeing that Dane ends up breaking a card, looks kind of like a credit card. And then he ends up popping out, and of course the officers are kind of starting to swarm them, and they've got their weapons drawn. and he's like, "Officer, we've got wounded that need immediate medical assistance." And of course, they're yelling to everybody to keep their hands up, exit the vehicle, turn it off, that sort of thing.
I do not comply.
Nope. Yep, you're on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna comply 100%.
And right about the time they start getting up and start trying to make sure you guys are spread eagle and don't have weapons on you or whatnot, you end up seeing another AV4 come flying down. It also has lights on it, but it's actually a trauma team unit.
Oh wow!
And they jump out, and of course the officers pull back a second, realizing that it's a trauma team unit, and there's a bit of a confusion, but the guys in the actual trauma team unit, they actually pull their weapons on everybody, cops included.
Ooh,
because that's the protocol. They don't give a damn. And he points over to Hellcat and says that she's in critical condition, unresponsive, and they, like, two medics come running over real quick to take care of her. And literally within moments, they've got her on a stretcher and she is gone.
Awesome.
And then the officers have still kind of paused, and they're waiting for a paramedic, obviously, to come up for Mac.
For Mac.
But long story short, the officers detain you for the time being right there until they end up getting a call from somebody to let them know that they're needed elsewhere and that they can look the other way in this sense. And reluctantly, they end up leaving as a paramedic unit comes up to take Mac away.
Gotcha. I'm assuming Jill knows where we landed.
Yes, yeah. You basically were on the radio with her when it went down. So yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna get in trouble for leaving this helicopter here?
The AV4?
Or the other one, the one that we were using, yeah.
That's up to you.
What do you think, Meredith? Should we try and take it?
Leaving this one here?
Or should we take it? I don't trust myself flying it back. I barely got us here.
If the police allow us to leave, then yes, I think we should find another mode of transportation in the meantime. Might be a safer bet.
So you're gonna
maybe we can ask for a ride home.
Just ditch it here and call a cab?
Yeah. Unless you think you can pilot this home, or unless Dane can. Because if Dane can, then maybe we can use some of the parts on our AV.
Oh, sorry, no. Dane went with the.
He went with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just find a way home then.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we'll wreck this into a building trying to get home.
Yeah, probably not a great idea. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call a lift or what have you.
Okay. Yep. Double the equivalent thereof. So yeah. Then eventually a cab comes by and picks up the four of you. Davina and Carlotta, who are thoroughly exhausted by everything that's been going on. And you make it back to the gang hideout or safe house. That's what we're calling it. We haven't given the place an actual name yet.
The lair.
The lair.
As soon as we get home, because Davina is still injured, correct?
Yes.
Or Davina was injured. I'm gonna go ahead and pay attention to her and try and get her stabilized and comfortable, and assess her wounds and tend to that, and then I'll help Locke with his Robot legs.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll your your tech and med tech.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah. Thankfully, the wound went in and out on her, so there wasn't really any extreme damage outside of the fact that she got shot.
Okay.
So you're able to tend her up and just have her lay out. Carlotta at this point isn't even concerned with where they're at. She just crashes on the couch and just literally passes out, stressed from the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Payne is now catching up with Locke like a mother.
Mother.
Tell your children not to hang with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help him as much as I can to be comfortable because I know how much he did to go steal the AV and get us back. So not gonna call him Scooter once.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
So
Consider yourself lucky.
you're gonna try and repair him?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your tech and med tech again.
22.
Okay. So while you've got him laid out, you've analyzed him successfully, and you know like what's wrong and where the rounds went, and how to fix it. It's taking some time. Like by the time you get him to the point where it looks like he's going to be able to recover, it is, you've spent 2 hours easily just on him alone. So Mac, when you wake up, you've got this funny mask on your face where you've been given oxygen.
All right.
And your head hurts like seriously. You're still kind of loopy.
Right.
But you're actually in a medical bed.
I'm in a medical what?
A medical bed. You're actually in a hospital.
Oh, medical bed. Oh, okay. Am I looking out of both of my eyes?
Yeah. One doesn't really respond a whole lot because it looks like you've got a lot of bandaging on one side of your face.
Aye.
So
but it's not like the eye itself is not covered up though.
No.
Aye. I can still see. What in the? Do I remember what I was doing?
Yes.
Prior to this.
Yes,
okay.
You do.
So okay. Is there a nurse call button?
There is.
Oh, push the button.
Okay, so then a lady comes walking in. Nice, clean outfit, very corporate looking.
Right.
And she says, yes, how can I help you, sir?
How long have I been here?
She looks at your chart and looks back up the clock. It says, it looks like you were admitted about 3 hours ago.
Oh, good. I haven't lost any days. What? Who brought me here?
I believe the paramedic unit brought you in here. I don't know from what specifically.
Is my, am I in, the backless gown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Assless mute.
Yeah. Where's my stuff?
Oh, your things are in a closet just on the other side of this room.
Where's my phone?
It's in the closet as well.
Can
All your belongings are in there, outside of your clothing, which was rather bloody.
I'm assuming my blood.
I don't know anything about the event, so I believe that's correct.
So what's the status of me? What?
What's the status of
She
me?
says, according to your chart, you sustained a concussion and a head trauma from apparently a round. A weapon was fired and it struck you in the head. We believe the helmet that you were wearing absorbed most of it, but some of that damage did traumatize your body and your mental state, which is why you seem groggy right now.
How did it affect my body? Like I try to move, like wiggle my toes, wiggle my fingers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you're able to.
All right.
We're waiting for the doctor. We're waiting for you to wake up and have the doctor go over and give you a physical to see where you're at currently.
Could you get my phone?
Certainly. Just wait right here, please.
Don't think I would be in too much hurry to jump up and do anything.
So she comes back in, with your phone from the closet.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a crack in the screen.
Does it still work?
Yes, it does.
Oh. Call the house. Call the pad.
And by that you mean the safe house?
Yes.
Okay. So the phone starts ringing at the safe house. Well, I shouldn't say. Well, there's not like there's a phone at the safe house. You'd have to pick somebody specifically. You have to call.
Okay. Well then, well, I guess it'd be Syntax. She's usually the one that's there consistently. So I call Syntax.
Okay. She picks up the phone. She says, "Mac."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good, you're awake. We weren't sure how exactly that was going. So have they released you yet, or did you just wake up, or what's going on?
I just woke up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. My head hurts bad.
That's what will happen when you survive a sniper rifle round to the head.
Boom, son.
Who do we know who it was? Which one?
From what I can tell, from what everybody's been telling me, it sounds like Venom was the one that did it to you.
He's gonna die.
In due time. But so have they released you yet?
No. The nurse said that the doctor's coming back and he wants to check me out.
Okay. All right. Well,
but I can move all my digits evidently. So
that's good to know.
Oh.
So we'll have somebody come by here soon because I'm sure they're going to be releasing you, given that you're a nomad, and they're probably going to assume you don't have any sort of coverage.
Yeah, probably not. All right. Well, I'd venture to say here fairly soon. I don't know where I'm at. Is there like a out of character? Is there like some sort of like, general hospital? Kind of like tag on the sheets or the gown or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm at Phoenix General or something like that. Whatever it is.
You're actually at Good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan. Okay. Well, that's where I'm at. Hopefully I'll be out of here soon.
Okay, so we'll have somebody come by to pick you up.
Awesome. Thanks.
And a change of clothing?
Yeah. The tailors around here forget a lot of the outfit. How's everybody else?
Locke took a beating, but he's resting, from what I understand. We haven't heard anything from Hellcat just yet, but everybody else made it out relatively okay.
That's good. Locke's family.
Yeah, they're good. They're here. I guess Davina took her round to the shoulder or something, so she's resting right now. Meredith looked her over and got her checked out.
All right. All right. Well, I'll see you guys soon then.
Okay.
All right. Bye. All right. Like, kind of looking around and everything. Is a doctor?
No,
Like,
there's no
just
doctor
waiting
in
for a
there
doctor?
at this point. Yeah, you're just waiting for a doctor to show up.
All right.
So, Hellcat.
Yeah.
So when you come around, so hold on one second. Getting stuff pulled up right now. Do. Ba bum bum ba da da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da da.
Locke totally had a star going out for a minute. This is my AV.
Fuck your AV.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, so first things first, Hellcat, roll 2d6.
All right, gotta pull him out. Oh fuck! Doesn't help when you drop one. 5.
Okay, so 5. Roll one more d6.
That's a 1.
So you rolled a 1?
Yeah,
So 6. Okay.
just 6.
All right, so hold on to that number. I'll tell you what that means in a little bit. So you finally start to wake. There's pain in like all of your joints.
That's normal.
And you're loopy because you're coming out of the anesthetic. And when you start to move, you don't even realize that you were missing your leg initially. Just like any person would in that situation that was just coming out of a trauma. And when you kind of move, then it finally hits you that your leg is missing. And when you move, there's a metal piece in place of it.
This is why I don't do hospitals, man. They took my leg.
And you see that you actually have a leg already fitted to your body.
That's not my leg. Where's my leg?
It's your leg now.
And you see
your
Dane
leg
passed
now.
out in the chair next to your bed.
I'm gonna grab the box of tissues on the nightstand next to me and chuck it at him.
Okay. It doesn't hit him because you're still kind of loopy, so you end up like throwing it up against the wall by mistake. Just but he kind of stirs and he looks and he's like, finally waking up, and he's like, what was that for?
That's for pushing me out of the way and you going down. Where the fuck am I?
You're in a hospital, babe.
I know that. Why don't I have a leg? They took my fucking leg. You let them take my fucking leg?
Your leg was gone.
Where'd it go?
It was shot clean off. It's probably still at that warehouse or wherever it was we were.
You didn't bring it?
We couldn't, hun. We had to evac out of there as quickly as possible. I felt you were more important than the leg.
Fine. How
Why?
long do I have to stay here?
Why are you mad?
I'm still mad at you.
At me? Why?
Because you pushed me.
Yes, I pushed you.
Yeah, you pushed me.
But we've established this. Yes, I pushed you.
Well, that's why I'm mad.
You were on one leg. You were on something or just angry or something and just hopping around on one leg, dripping blood everywhere and just firing wildly. And when these, I don't know what those stands or whatever they were all started toppling, it was going to crush you.
I'm just gonna kind of ignore him, and from what he said, I'm gonna check the compartment in my arm
Okay.
and see that drug is gone,
Mm-hmm.
and just close it back up and just look more irritated.
Okay. He says, I think they're going to be coming by to pick Mac up at some point soon. Mac's here too.
What happened to Matt?
He got shot in the head.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, this
You
venom.
say that so casual.
I mean, he's alive. He was wearing a helmet, and it actually absorbed most of the impact.
Because I'm a badass.
Hey, sound just like him, dude.
Oh my god.
And so then he asked. He's like, I didn't put any additional stuff on your leg. I wasn't sure if you wanted it to look real or whatnot. The only thing I did do is add armor.
Booyah.
Okay. I think it's just gonna take a little bit.
No, I know. I mean, I get it.
Okay, so can we go home?
Almost. We're just waiting for the doctor to discharge you. Now.
Where the fuck is the doctor?
Not you. Just woke up, hon.
Yeah. So she's gonna swing her legs off the side of the bed and just start detaching.
Yeah, and he's like, no, 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 no. And he stands up and gets you back into the bed. No, wait.
I'm fine. I just want to go.
I know. I'll call for a nurse. We'll get something going here. Okay, just relax.
Look, I can go find that doctor. You just tell me who my doctor is, and I'll go find that doctor, and he'll see I'm fine to go.
I don't know who your doctor is, but I'm certain you would try to do that.
You've been here the whole time, and you don't know who my doctor is?
I was a little bit more concerned with other stuff, like you.
Well, then I would think you'd be concerned who my doctor is.
You just can't win, man.
Hey, man, she's drugged. She's not super nice when she's on drugs.
He's on like strike 7.
Wait here. I know what he looks like. I'll go find him. Just stay in the bed.
Fine. And then when he leaves, I'm going to detach myself from all the machines and IV. And by the time he comes back, I'll be dressed and ready to go.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, so by the time he comes back, of course the alarms are going off that it's disconnected and so on and so forth. And he's just like, really?
What do you want me to do? You left me unsupervised. You knew what was going to happen.
Damn it, Hellcat.
You made me choke on my own spit.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. So at any rate, the doctor does eventually come by, and you have to sign a form to get checked out. And they eventually let Mac out as well, a little bit sooner because they don't assume he can pay for it. But Mac finds out it's actually all been paid for.
What?
My hunch is that Dane paid these doctor bills.
So am I with them now, or
at this point? Yeah, you're waiting out front in a wheelchair.
I'm just gonna come up and like grab your head gingerly and move it so I can look at you. I'm gonna be like, "Damn, Mac, that's gonna be like gnarly battle damage."
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, chicks dig scars. You'll be fine.
Right. Oh well.
Yep. Pain heals, chicks did scars, glory lives forever.
Yeah, at least you have your fucking head. I'm half robot now.
I could have
Feels like I
not
lost my
done
head.
something. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need to be that way.
Now you'll appreciate techno.
And at this
Hey,
point,
nobody listens to techno.
at this point, Jill comes pulling up in Meredith's car.
The guts mobile.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's armored though, so.
Yep.
Right.
And so she comes out, and she's like all worried and immediately looks at, at Hellcat and like doing the same thing, turning your face and making sure that you're okay. And she's like, "Cat, are you all right?"
I'm just gonna kind of bat her hands away. Stop. I'm fine. I want to get out of this fucking place. I hate hospitals.
Okay, all right. And Mac, are you good? You got like some gnarly bandages on your head.
This is what happens when you get shot in the head.
If it helps, I have soda.
I'm thinking I'm due for a caffeine or 2. 7.
Okay. So, well, let's get you guys all back.
All right.
So she gets, everybody in and floors it from the hospital. Just ripping through traffic.
Of course. It's Jill.
She ends up, driving like, in between two trucks and scraping the sides a little bit as she, guns it through. And he's got, some people that yell at her, as she goes by, and she just yells back, "Robin is racing!" And she ends up like pulling like a U-ey around the safe house building and drifts to a stop right in front of the garage, and then slowly idles the car back in.
Oh wow. The girl is batshite crazy.
But everybody is now back at the safe house at this point. Dane looking like he doesn't quite understand what's going on and just goes to find something to drink.
I'm right behind him on that one.
I think at this point, if I hadn't already passed out, I would come out and kind of do the look over and then just the everything. And Hellcat, are you okay? Oh my god. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, man. Me too. But I'm fine. I have a new trophy, as you can see, and I just flash flash her my sexy robot leg.
Hey, if we need to do any upgrades on that leg, you got somebody who can do it for you. Okay?
I mean, I've got the slot. We might as well fill them.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like take her vital and like do all the things, and then after I'm done with her, assess Mac and do the same thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah, they're all okay. Obviously, outside of the obvious, she's still adjusting to her new leg. He's still adjusting to the head trauma. Little on the dizzy side. So he did sustain a concussion from that. He's got like the glossy eye kind of look to him, but otherwise, they're both patched up pretty good.
Yippee.
Yeah, so I'm definitely headed to the kitchen behind Dean to get something
Okay.
aggressive to drink.
Aggressive.
So he gets.
Soda's not gonna cut it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, he just gets a can of generic beer.
I'm gonna grab one and stop him now that we're like by ourselves out of the hospital
Mm-hmm.
and just say, I'm still mad that you put yourself in harm's way because of me, but thank you for getting me out of there and for the new leg. It's just gonna take some time to get used to what happened.
But I don't understand. Should I just let that happen to you? Just make matters worse? I mean, I don't.
It wouldn't have been worse. Like I don't care what happens to me. I care what happens to you. And if it comes down to me or you, it better be me.
So I feel the same way, but in reverse. So we're probably gonna have to
Well,
talk
that's
about
not
that
my
later.
problem. No,
No, it is your problem.
no. That's your problem that you gotta get over, my man.
So
I did everything I could to bring you back. Like I'm not going through that again. So
okay.
it better be me.
No, no, it's not going to be you. So we'll agree
Okay,
to
now she's just irritated and she's gonna roll her eyes and
Okay.
walk away.
So we'll just agree to disagree right now and let the anesthetic wear off.
Whatever.
Yeah, I love you too. Enjoy the alcohol.
Yeah, Cat's gonna go have some alone time on the patio.
Okay. And so Carlotta at this point is crashed out on the couch. Davina is got her arm kind of in a sling, because the bullet wound, and is just sort of spacing out in the living room, like just watching TV at this point.
I'm gonna go hang out next to her, put
Okay.
my arm around her.
Are you okay?
No, I'm. I didn't want any of this, but I'm okay now. I'm sorry that you got wrapped up in all this.
Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later, I guess.
Always a positive side, Mom. I love
Well,
you.
so what's the plan going forward? I mean, obviously we can't go back home.
No, you're camping at the lair for a while until we can figure that out. Home is done. We still need to figure out what to do about Venom because I'm pretty sure this thing isn't gonna go away.
No, no, it's not. And I don't know how Carlotta's going to react to not being able to go to work. So just let me know what you guys decide.
We still have some connections with the Quins. We can get her some stuff to do, I suppose, but it's not going to be nowhere near as what she had before. I sorry about that.
Well, like I said, do what you got to do for right now. I know it's going to be a problem, but we'll try and make do.
Right on. Thanks for saying positive.
It's better than being negative.
100%. So I'm gonna give her a hug and then go back to group up with Meredith, whatever.
Okay.
I need to call home.
Alrighty. So who are you calling?
Probably one of my parents. Probably the mom. Because the mom would worry the most if she happened to have heard something.
The mom unit?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on one second. I don't know if I don't see anything. I don't know if we ever gave her a name.
I don't think we did either. The only ones we actually had was I don't even have names for my siblings, but the only one I actually knew was Mason, who is the leader of the clan.
Okay, well, we can fix that. Hold on a second.
Right.
Do.
Damn
Okay.
it, Bobby. How the hell are you supposed to not have a name?
So Alexa Duncan is going to be the mother.
Alexa Duncan?
Yes.
Wouldn't she have the same last name as me?
No, because they're progressive.
Alexa Duncan?
Yes.
Okay. Call mom. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling.
Okay, one second. So her phone picks up and she's like, Mac?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? We heard about some sort of firefight, I think, with your group up north.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all right, though.
So what happened?
Some big time bad guy came after us, in a nutshell, and we barely escaped with our lives.
So do you need any of the clan to come help you out, or are you safe, or what's going on?
We're safe right now. We're back at home.
Okay.
So, I mean, and aside from knowing exactly where it is, like there's, it's where we've set up. I've told you, I'm sure. So
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we know. It just, everybody's worried right now. I mean, it's good that you called, but we need to know if, we need to mobilize and the guys and put some boot to ass.
Venom needs to die.
And this Venom person is the guy who did what you did, or did what he did.
Should I awake the mama bear? He's the one that tried to take off your son's head with a bullet.
Okay, yeah. So, are you going to have some sort of sit down with Mason to figure this out, or what's going on?
Yes, I wanted to call you first, Mom.
Okay. Well, then you make sure that when you're feeling better, you call Mason right away and get some sort of setup. They're going to want to know about this.
Oh, I understand that. I'm going to call him right now. But I wanted to let you know.
Okay. Well, no, I appreciate it.
But and if the girls have heard anything, let them know that I'm okay.
Okay, I will. Um, that girl you knew came by a few hours ago.
The
Um,
the girl I knew,
yeah, that
not
Sabria Gibson.
really. She came by there.
Yeah, she was saying that that's how we knew something had happened. She said literally something had happened and wanted to know where you were, and we didn't know. So that's what kind
I
of set off the alarms for us, and we started, calling around and trying to find out what was going on.
well, I can touch base with her too. I'll let her know that I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, if you didn't know, then I just want to make sure that you did know.
it kind of kind of surprised that she looked me up that way. But okay, yeah. But I'll 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 give Mason a call and touch base with him
Hmm.
and see what's going on and let him know.
Okay. And then if there's something that you need some sort of help you need from the family, just let us know.
I will, Mom. I love you. And I'll talk to you later.
Okay. I love you too. We have ranch burgers in case you want them.
That might be a possibility here soon. I don't know, but thank you.
Okay. Well, you're welcome. Stop by anytime. We'll put them in a baggie for you.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I call Sarah first, or Sabria.
Okay. So she picks up the phone. She says, "So it looks like you got out of the hospital."
Yeah, you seem to know quite a bit. I know you've got your connections. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard about what had happened and that I guess the paramedics had taken you to Good Samaritan.
Uh-huh. Uh, So, did we ever find out who paid for everything?
Mm-mm.
Do, do you know anything about all of the hospital charges being covered?
Yeah, I had something to do with that.
You you know you for just me or for
No, just you. I didn't know. I wasn't sure to what extent what was going on, and I think your friend was covered anyways. But they wouldn't even have let you go through the door if if your bills weren't already paid for.
you you didn't have to do that.
Well, yeah, I kind of did. What were you gonna do? Get dropped off, in a field someplace?
I guess I owe you one then, huh?
We can talk about that later. Just make sure you are healthy and you're safe.
I'm safe now. safe as I can be, I guess.
Okay.
But thank you again.
Well, you're welcome. Just stop trying to headbutt rifle rounds.
Just need a stronger helmet.
Yeah,
The other one,
that's what you need. Yeah, that's exactly it.
the other one, a little worse for wear. Oh, I'm sure I will keep in touch. I appreciate it again. Thank you.
All right. Well, you're welcome. Just get better. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
She hangs up.
Now I call Mason.
Okay.
Hey.
So it sounds like you're out there sticking your head out for snipers to shoot at.
Yeah. Didn't you hear it was the thing to do today?
How many times have I told you to stop trying to beta test helmets?
Yeah. It happened twice, so evidently this one works.
Good to know. So you have a steady job as a crash test dummy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting paid for it, unfortunately.
All right. That's not encouraging to hear.
Yeah, there's so have you heard the name Venom?
I have, yes.
Well, he's the one with that had the crosshairs on my head.
Why was he hunting you?
He wasn't. He was hunting my partner, one of my friends.
Okay, so you're going to have to fill me in on how exactly that all kind of connects.
He's got history with him in a nutshell. And if you haven't noticed, there's been a hit out on the boards with a fairly large sum for my partner.
Okay, well, that is definitely something we're going to have to talk as a clan. That's a concern because if he's going to be coming after you for his association with this friend of yours, that affects all of us.
We got stuck out there, and it wasn't. Yeah. But tell me, wouldn't these are people that have become my extended family also, and isn't that what we profess also, that we put up and we stand up for our own?
We do. However, you have to keep in mind that the whole of the family has to agree to that, not just one person. I fully respect the fact that you seem to feel this way about these people, but you're endangering the whole clan if that's the case. So we're going to have to talk more about that when you've recovered.
Duly noted. I can talk whenever. I've just got a headache.
All right, we'll just lay low for right now and get better, and we'll talk to you in a couple days to get this figured out.
Will do. Hang up.
All right.
Well, that went over beautifully.
And then Meredith gets swatted.
What? Oh. Syntax.
Yep.
Oh?
Hey. I'm fine. Everybody's fine. Everything's fine.
You know they don't have cyber head replacements, right?
I'm going to invest in a helmet, and I think we should get everyone else one too.
You think?
I mean,
It worked for me. Kinda.
Clearly.
Yeah.
If we'd had more time in between the things that happened, I would have been more prepared. But that's not the way it worked out. So,
And look, I know this is between like you and I, but what's the deal with Hellcat and the armor?
and the leg.
Okay, well that's what came afterwards, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure why she wasn't outfitted. I guess I just assumed she was, but that's definitely gonna be on the. If you could maybe work on that and let's just not give her any options. Just pick her something out.
Okay, it's coming out of her money though.
No, of course, it'll come out of money, but
Man, fuck you guys spending my money.
in fact, I took her credits. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, absolutely. No, she needs all the things. I think she was just caught off guard too, but
Babe, we can't do this again. We're lucky
Yeah.
everybody came out alive.
you don't have to tell me that twice.
Apparently I do.
Well, you weren't on top of the roof with all the things happening and Locke acting like he was some 90s super movie guy, like I don't know, like Arnie or JCVD. Yeah, it's just it's you had to be there, and I'm sorry.
No, I mean I get it. I can't be the only one thinking of stuff like this. I need help. I mean, you are like the walking example of like, wash your hands and medical advice and whatnot. You handle that all the time. Don't you think like protect your head would have come up?
I mean, yeah, it
I mean, we wouldn't even be
put
looking
it on the
at Mac
grocery
right
list,
now.
I guess.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be looking at Mac right now if Mac didn't decide to get that, whatever the hell it was that he was wearing.
Yeah. I'm going to take stock of what everybody has outfit wise, and anybody who needs anything additional, I think we should just make a bulk order and see if we can get a discount.
Okay, I'm all right with that. I can poke around the net and figure out something.
Okay, I would appreciate it.
Just don't do that again.
I'm not anytime
Yeah.
soon. I'm gonna go pass out and be asleep for the next 2 to 3 days, so you can count on me being there.
Okay. Fine. Oh, and I know you were busy and whatnot, but you got an order that came in.
An order for
An installment?
oh. What kind of an install? Did they specify?
Mm-hmm.
One of those?
One of those.
It's a lot.
Obviously I didn't want to tell you about it when you were going out on the thing. Guys were like hyper focused, but
Yeah, no, I get it. If you can just put in the order for, I'm assuming the Mr. Stud. And
we've already got them.
Oh, we still have some left. Okay.
Yeah, we still have a couple.
Okay. Give me it. Can this order wait like 12 to 24 hours? Because
I can push it out. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a corporate client though.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and get some rest and get my bearings, and then
Okay.
make myself presentable before I head out. I'll take a walk with me.
Okay. But before you go to bed, take off your shirt because I need to touch up those scrapes on your back.
Oh yeah. At this
Those
point,
scrapes
On her back.
on her back.
She gonna be on her back.
Mhm.
well, if my back's that injured, I'll probably just be on my tummy.
I mean, there's multiple ways to do it. take care of things.
Yeah. You're screwed either way you go, man. Good.
Say it like it's a bad thing. No. No. Okay. And then I'm probably gonna. I don't remember what type of shirt I was wearing, so I'll probably just like cut it off or something.
Okay. I know she's not being sexual about it or anything. She is generally taking antiseptic and and going over your back to make sure it's not going to be infected or anything, and getting tissues and whatnot to clean it up with, and bandages
That's just
you up.
foreplay. She's playing doctor.
Just the back rub.
Mm-hmm. I just want to nurse you back to health,
I have a voice.
baby.
I have a voiceover request. Wow. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive or what time you wake up. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. And with Geico's flat rate, all-in protection plan, you can have peace of mind for the low price of $59.95 a month.
It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive or what time you wake up. We all put our pants one leg at a time. Get out of here, Monica.
Bill's my favorite.
And with Geico's fixed rate, all in protection plan. Oh yeah, all in. You can have peace of mind for the low price of just offing my wife Hillary.
Wow.
So at any rate, with that being said, as we've given Geico more than enough fucking promo.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stop there, as it is 9:30. We've gone on for 3.5 hours.
We fucking made it, guys.
Booyah.
We didn't die.
Dangerously
die?
close. Yep, but did you die? Dangerously close.
On many levels.
Oh, what was I supposed to remember my 6 for?
Oh, that's your humanity points that got knocked off.
Oh, that's
Where is that
right.
at? Oh, ow. Alright, well, not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just surprised that I didn't have to have anything done.
But you do have a scar on the side of your head. So you've got kind of that, that dude from Avatar, the angry villainous sergeant, or main officer, whatever it was. He had that scar looking thing going down side. You kind of got that action going on now, where it's just kind of bald on that one side from where you got shot.
Oh boy. Chick stick scars.
Chick stick scars.
Chick stick scars.
So with that being said, our next game for Cyberpunk is in 2 weeks. That will be on the 25th. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yo.
Next week
Yeah.
it is next week on Friday, the 8. What did we do it? No, 7:30 is right. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is our Ashland by Night game. And then on the 22nd, which is a Wednesday, that is Firefly. Firefly Outlaws. So we're on number 11, I think, coming up on that one. So
It's getting exciting, man.
booyah. And that's where the governor has made his appearance, that they happen to like. Sounds kind of like Bill Clinton.
The Governator.
Now, Bill Clinton, not Arnold. Get down on the ground.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Oh my gosh, you guys sound like every boy I went to 6th grade with.
I want to watch Doc McStuffins.
Wow.
I feel
That
sick.
came
Give
out
me
of
some Pedialyte.
Oh my god.
Say, what time is it? It's time for lunch.
So, at any rate, thank you all for tuning in, having a good time. I had a good time. As Eric put it, it was very butt puckering at moments. It was very
100%.
close. Very close on some rolls.
It was putt buckering too.
I had a good time, man. That
Good.
was
Me
that was,
too.
that was
And
really
you guys
fucking
dressed in
cool.
character
Yeah.
too. Awesome.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this wig for a long time, man.
And so did I. You know what? I really have to say, I really looked the part.
Yeah, you do. I can
I
see
mean, look at that.
You look like a
And
monk.
I really don't know how I have held that pose the whole time.
It's
That's
a
some
feat of
epic level
strength.
playing right there. Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
So,
yes.
what did we learn tonight? Diversify your skill set and learn
Wear
piloting.
protection.
And wear protection. Yes.
Put some
and
points
I
into piloting.
Does
yeah,
that
and
make
by
me the
protection,
Trojan man?
exactly. I was going to say it does not mean Trojan man. It means authentic armor.
Hey, does this mean I have to get a new rifle?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody grabbed your shit, man.
Hey, I still have my handgun. It was in my
Yes.
it was in a holster, so I still have that. I still have my knife. I just don't have my rifle
And your helmet.
and my helmet. Yeah.
Yes, you'll have to replace those.
Okay.
So we'll have to go over that next time. Oh, and this is the first game of the month. So let's do XP real quick before we go anywhere. Does anybody have any birthdays? That would be no.
Yes, in November.
Right. So in November. So who wants to roll for XP?
Go ahead, Missy.
3D20, right?
3D20, yes.
What do we roll? A D6?
So no. Well, actually, for this one, because everything is so much more expensive, go ahead and roll a D10 plus 1.
Plus 1.
Nice.
11.
7.
Okay. There you go.
That's
7
You
additional
rolled
points.
7, or we got 7.
I rolled a 6 and we got a 7.
Okay.
What? How many is it total?
Hmm?
Because I haven't spent any of my points yet.
Since
haven't?
last time I had 84.
Okay.
I
How
don't
much
know. I
did we
haven't
get
been
for March?
For March,
Yeah.
it was 9.
And that's our IP, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
it
got
was 9
7.
for March.
All I know is now I have 22.
And today was 7.
Today was 7.
Yes.
Cool, man. So I'll add mine up before the next time we play and send you my updated stuff.
Okay.
Seems
And
easy.
when you're buying new point, you can buy a new skill for 10, right?
Yes.
And then it costs you.
Everything is times 10 for the level you're trying to go to.
So if it was if I'm going from 0 to 10, it's 10 points.
Mhm.
If I'm going from 10 to 20, it's 20, or 10 to 2, or 1 to 2, it's 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Ruby.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys all for playing tonight and watching. Had a lot of fun, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Excellent.
Good
Later,
night.
guys. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
Peace, love, and
Yeah,
chicken
thank
grease.
you.